Going in on whatever the fuck this is. This is not the right one. Hello. I'm crashing out, guys.
Yellow. Ori's having a big crash out right now.
I'm crashing out. We don't have to start yet, dichotomy. I'm crashing out.
I have not heard a bigger crash out in my life. Oh my god.
I'm crashing out.
Such a crash out. Let me pull this up on YouTube.
This is not what I wanted to open.
Tonight.
I don't actually want this one. I want the other one. Oh my god. I'm fucking crashing out.
You know, the funny thing is right next to this video on YouTube,
Mason.
It was a video recommending Squidward Crazy, and I'm like, yes, vibe tonight, indeed.
Hello, Canadian
Hello, Mason.
Lucifer.
Hello, Canadian Lucifer.
Oh my god.
Hello, Dichotomy. I don't think I said hello
emoji has not loaded yet. There it is, a little wave.
Oh!
Whoa,
okay.
What? Bug?
There was an ant on my laptop, and now it is squished.
We're all being horrified today. Crash it out. I'm having a crash out. Paige and Puff, are you here? Sound off. I need to yell at you. It's you and Mars's fault for my crash out.
My fault?
Yeah, you said there was 2 episodes in season 1. Okay, I'm gonna make a rundown of this. I'm gonna make a rundown with this, okay? Real quick, real fast. We're watching an anime called Windbreaker, okay? Mars is watching it in sub.
It's amazing.
It's really good. Watch it if you haven't. We're in season 2 now. Mars is watching it in sub. So it is 3 episodes ahead, I believe, roughly. Well, I think 2. Because episode 3 came out when something like that. It's like 2 episodes ahead. I'm watching it in dub. So is Pastry Puff in our Discord. Pastry Puff's watching it in dub as well. Pastry Puff does in the spoiler chat thing Windbreaker season 2 episode 4. And I'm bugging because I know that I haven't watched this week's episode because it just came out today. But I've only seen 2 episodes. And I was up to date last weekend when I watched it. And I've only seen 2 episodes. So I was expecting the 3rd episode. So I'm like crashing out. I'm like, what is happening? What is this? And I'm like, Mars. And so I go to look at Crunchyroll to try and tell me what episode it is. However, Crunchyroll does the bitch-ass motherfucking thing.
Just a creepy crawly ant.
The bitch-ass motherfucking thing
being in my room
of not labeling them. So it labels it season 2, but it calls it like episode 16, not episode 1 season 2. It just continues. Hello, Estrock. It just continues the numbering system. So if season 1
very annoying thing
had 11 episodes, season 2 would start on episode 12, which is the stupidest ass thing. Bad decision. Bad decision.
I hope you enjoyed your walk.
It is a beautiful day by us, Estrock. A little chilly today. The last couple days are a little warmer, but. So I see that it's season 2, episode 16 is the one I haven't watched, which is supposedly the one that came out this week, right? Today. And I go, Mars, no. The math is math. I'm doing the math dichotomy, and this is where Mars screws me. I go, Mars, how many episodes were in season 1? And she goes, 12. So 12.
Because the standard number is usually 12.
But it could be 13. But she says 12.
I have a 50-50 chance of being right.
She says 12. And if I'm on episode 16 of season 2, that would have been 4 episodes. So I'm sitting here that my Crunchyroll is saying I have watched 3 episodes. And I'm like, no, I fucking... I haven't watched 3 episodes. Well, I'm so confused.
I fail to see why this became such a big problem, because Crunchyroll does the thing where it will tell you if you watched a thing.
Yeah,
if it's not marked as watched, guess what? You didn't watch it. Problem solved.
So I go in and I have to look.
You don't even need to count.
I look. Yeah, it's just a lot more buttons to click, which I thought I could have solved.
Oh, woe is me.
Yeah, woe is me indeed. I have a terrible, rough, difficult life having to touch my screen too many times. The more I have to touch my screen. Hello, John. I'm crashing out. The worse my day is. It's a.
Or he doesn't want to push buttons.
Specific correlation. It's a 1-to-1 graph. Every finger touch on my screen is a negative point in my happiness on the day.
Really? Oh my god. Yeah. Well, John, that is how Ori's day is going.
But Speaking of fingers and touching screens, I have cool things to show you all. The main one being Fingie. So I did some work behind the scenes because I was too into it. I was having a time. I was like, I wanna work on some Fingie.
I gotta say, Ori, I'm with Dichotomy on this one. Crunchyroll makes it easy. I can clearly see that I haven't watched episodes 17 and 18 without doing any math. I just had to open the damn app.
Mars, the problem was not watching episode 16. The problem was knowing if episode 16 is episode 3 or episode 4. And to do that, you have to go and look at all this stuff.
It's not that hard.
No, I'm completely messing. It was just one of those things where you ask and you told me and I believed you. That was it. That's what the crash at is. I thought you said it so assuredly, so matter-of-factly that I thought you knew.
I was very confident that it was 12.
There are descriptions.
I honestly did not remember that it was 13.
Yes. I'm just saying. Mars didn't go, I think it was 12. She goes, 12. And so I believed her.
Not be 12. Me. It's always 12.
Sue me. I believed my best friend when she told me how many episodes one of her favorite anime had in season 1. Okay.
Fucking 12.
Sometimes,
how could it not be 12?
Sometimes it's 11. Just saying.
Okay, so it's not 50-50. What is it? 3 divide 100?
Sometimes it's fucking 24 or 50. They do weird shit.
3 divide 100? A 30% chance.
33.
Yeah, I could do math. I know my AB3s and my 1-2Cs.
What am I doing here? Fingie cut prep design.
Well,
I think this one.
That's how Ori's day is going. Do we have any comic feedback for you, Mason? I mean, you've sent me like some plot details and character details. I honestly think it's all coming together. Just have confidence in what you're writing. Like, it's an interesting story. Stand by it.
So there's actually, it's all like split, which is really cool.
Oh, Fingie is split?
Yeah, Fingie's all split. I don't know why that's not in this.
Okay, I gotta be honest. There was a anime that came out back in 2016, 2017, one of those. It was called ID Invaded, and literally the first episode was like, it opens in a world where like, there are... I'm trying to think how to describe it. It's cool in concept, and it's really cool in animation, but describing it is fucking weird.
Look at those
Basically,
fingies.
You have, like, these removable pieces from the arm. Like, you see how the hand right now is separated from the sleeve? The characters looked like that. And they could, like, throw their hand out to super length because, like, nothing was attached to them. It's reminding me of that. I'm getting that vibe.
So,
I've always debated showing you ID Invaded, Ori. Because I liked the beginning and the setup, but I thought the ending was a little meh.
So what I need to do here... Oh, what I wanted to show is this one other thing.
Dichotomy, I will say, the video descriptions on Crunchyroll are kind of useless. They're not as specific as they could be.
Where is it? This is not it.
It's like maybe one line if someone even bothered.
This one. Okay.
Let's see. Oh, no new Apothecary Diaries episode. I don't have to suffer yet.
Oh, snap. No, that's tomorrow. I think it's either Friday or Saturday it comes out. Only Windbreaker comes out on Thursdays. I don't know why. That one's like a Thursday. Dr. Amiku was also Thursdays. All right, hold on. We need to come here for a second.
Because that was one I could easily watch in bed and enjoy.
Because I want y'all to watch something. I did
eyes on the screen, everyone.
I did a very, very, very quick, and let me bring chat where I can read while you guys are talking. I did an incredibly quick rigging test of Fingie to understand how it works, because the video I'm going off of, no, don't break wind. But the like video I'm basing my inspiration off of is not a tutorial. It is a live 2D speed paint equivalent. So it's like me trying to extrapolate exactly what happened, how it happened, and how to do it. So I just wanted to test it out and exactly understand how the program that you use, VTube Studio, to actually like have the model exist works. But you can see the Fingie go around. Look at it. Ooh, it doesn't track the cursor perfect yet, but you can see it click. Look at the click. Ooh.
Oh, that's so
And it like
cool.
bends. It bends. And so, yeah, you can see it click around. He's going to poke him. Ooh, poke, poke. Poke, poke.
Hello, Jawline. Welcome, welcome.
You haven't seen anyone reverse engineer art before? Well, that's what we're doing here. Now you have. That's what I'm doing. And it's not really...
Congratulations on your first dichotomy.
Yeah, so this was incredibly, like, jankily rigged. So that's why it kind of deforms really bad, because I put no effort into it. But he's poking buttons. So, yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Looks fabulous.
And what I learned out of that is something that I actually have to look into, because I don't actually know if I can do this. Hold on. Does...
The questions, the plot, it thickens.
Except Vector.
I will say, it really looks like Phoenix's hand.
Vector by rasterizing light. Okay.
So likeness nailed.
So what I really have to do is I want to change this canvas size to 1920 by 1080. So like that's too big for the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's too large. And that's
much too
bad.
big.
But his lines are very small. You see the problem here? He's very thin already on this size of screen. So I do want...
Pastry Puff, you are here now. I need to ask you directly. Did you mean to type 3 in the reserve table?
I'm pretty sure you meant to type 3 in the reserve table.
I don't think it's episode 4 that's currently out. You sent Ori into a spiral.
Okay. I think...
You thought she Mandela affected an episode.
Literally. What I think I want to do is I think my biggest problem is I think these underlines are both too light and not thick enough. So that's what I want to do here first. It is Nick's hand. I don't know why we're thinking it's not supposed to be Nick's hand. It is Nick's hand. Boop, boop.
I feel like I just said the likeness is spot on.
Yeah.
Is it not supposed to be Nick's hand?
No, it is Nick's hand.
You did mean 3.
Oh my god. You made me crash out, Pastry Puff. I was crashing out.
Such a crash out.
I was crashing out. All right.
The biggest crash out I've ever seen, and we've been friends for a long time. That was a massive.
I was freaking out. I was like, "Oh my god, I don't understand how this has happened." Ori's the science meme with the diagrams and the calculations running in the background. The math lady. Yeah, I was like, "Oh god, what the 1 plus 7 is not equaling 12. 2 plus 2 is 5."
I'm not sure, Pastry Puff. Maybe you just like even numbers.
I don't know.
4 is a very nice number. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm glad we have solved this. Because you posted that, Pastry Puff, and immediately I was like, what? What? I had what?
You thought you switched to the sub for a second.
Yeah, because I was like, I've seen all but today's episode, and I've only watched 2 episodes. What happened? Wrist.
Oh, no. I'm pastry puff. By that I meant, oh my god, that's Nick's hand. The likeness is so good. It's so close.
Ah.
And yes, we can easily swap in other characters, Estra.
Yes.
Very
so
good.
that's the goal.
That is the ultimate goal.
The goal is to definitely be able to literally change the colors and then like shove it back in live 2D. And specifically having it have like layers where it has like jacket and sleeve, allowing it to when it's like Apollo, because Apollo has no sleeve, right? He has a vest and his like sleeves are rolled up.
I think he rolls up his sleeves, yeah. No, Ori has not seen episode 3 yet.
Yes, I have not seen it yet.
You've confirmed that every way to Sunday.
But yeah, oh, he rolls up his sleeves. He does have his little bracelet thing. I don't know if he has that the whole time. But it's on the other hand. Is it on there? No, it's on the other hand. This is the right hand, and that's on his left hand, it looks like. So, doesn't matter. If needed, we can give him a bracelet. Yeah, exactly. All the colors are fully paint bucket adjustable in here. Would take 30 seconds. Well, we can add the bracelet. That's not a... It's not a big deal. This is his right hand, though, so...
Oh, and it's on his left.
Yeah. However, if we do want to, like, give it...
It's one of those things that I
have...
feel like help
Yeah, it would identify
it. As Apollo, you know?
Yeah. So, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, my sole goals are Edgeworth and Phoenix.
And no!
Aquaman dies. No!
I never saw the Aquaman movies. Were they any
So I'm
good?
debating how I want to increase the size of the undercolor. Because if I do it one way, I think it'll work okay. Nope. I think that's too... maybe that's not too big. Let's find out.
So Estrock, is that canon? Apollo gets more sun than Phoenix does? Honestly, that makes too much sense.
I do know that Edgeworth has a paler complexion than Phoenix. It is different. Phoenix has more like life in his complexion. Edgeworth feels like he's dead inside. Okay, I think the larger outline is helping. Why did that... Don't do that. Okay. Stop. Boop. We need this one. Because that was my problem with Test Fingie, was just... He was kind of invisible. And I didn't want that. There's also the chance that I do this outline and then I give him an even thicker white outline. Uncertain.
It'll take some trial and error.
Because I do want it to be visible. And I felt like in that test run, I mean, y'all can tell me how you felt, but I felt like in that test run it was kind of hard to see him. See Fingie. Also, I'm debating renaming Fingie to Pointer. Because Pointer's like a name.
Ooh, I like Pointer.
Yeah, Pointer's like a name.
Oh, wait, Finn, short for Fingie? Finn Pointer.
Finn Pointer. That might work.
Come on, let me cook.
Okay, go away, hand and underlines, so I can see this Fingie in here. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Silas, hello.
I was
Welcome,
thinking
welcome.
Poindexter, but I felt that was like very, very like a thing. Who came? Silas. Hello, Silas. The cloud. You came camel by camel? This button.
We appreciate the effort. Welcome, welcome.
Yes, across
to
the
our
desert.
Making Time night, where we make time for all the stuff that we want to do. There's just not enough hours in the day to do so we make stream watch it.
Yeah. We force stream to be a part of our to-do list.
Yep.
I was just updating
Really,
our
that's the only way to
shorts.
be a streamer.
I'm in like a kick of trying to be a actually good content creator. And so I was doing some recon, and now I'm updating how our shorts work. And I had to use, I didn't have to use, but I did use. Now I have a third avatar, which is just this avatar, but built for Vtube Studio. Vtube Mini.
Ooh, enjoy your pasta, Estrock. And excited for tomorrow. Excited that's Friday? Yes. Excited for AceTooney? Yes. Wish I could just skip dash to those parts of tomorrow I'm excited for? Also, yes.
Yeah. Why did that happen? Stop. That's why. Because that was dumb. Alright. Boop boop. Boop boop. Boop boop. Boop boop. Alright. I think all of that has been solved. And now I need to make your other two things have a bigger outline. Which are... This is the void for the wrist. Maybe I'll do that. Pointer fill. Well, no, the void has to go over the wrist. Because these were the wrong order. What am I doing? Hold on. Date modified. Was Fingie prep. Okay, let me see if I'm dumb or not. There it is.
I mean, dichotomy, if we're going with the alliteration, we gotta do Mars's meandering metacarpals.
I am dumb. Okay, that's fine. Because hand has to go in front, wrist has to go in front of
I'm excited as well too, Canadian. I'm enjoying the third case very much. Like now that we've gotten into the meat and potatoes of it, and we're actually like solving things and digging up the dirt, I'm very intrigued for the direction it's going.
Okay, I'm gonna have to reorganize this before I keep doing stuff too much.
Dichotomy's deviating digits. Not gonna lie, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
What are we trying to do?
So it started because Dichotomy named it with a D&D item naming convention, person, adjective, thing. We did get Origami's floating finger, but then we got Perry's perilous pointer, which is beautiful alliteration.
There you go,
so
yeah. We love alliteration
offered
here.
mine, which is Mars's meandering metacarpals, and now we got Dichotomy's deviating digits.
I see. Okay.
Any ideas where the story might go? Well, Overall, like I'm still waiting for Eustace to have his crash out. And in all honesty, I'm also waiting for Verity to have a crash out. Because it's like, yes, she is mom, but there's also only so much bullshit she can put up with for so long. I am like waiting for her to just lash out at Eustace. Where she's just like, I cannot deal with this child anymore.
Okay. I need to fill you with that.
Oh, Dylan's deviating digits. That's another one. Dylan's devious digits.
Come hither.
I'm Penguin. It's canon if you want it to be.
Okay. That is not the right thing.
Sweet release of death. Oh no.
Huh.
I just realized there's only a few more weeks of school left. I walked into one of my classrooms and they were practicing their graduating song for the next grade. And I'm just like, oh yeah, my peanuts are graduating. Well, shit, these are emotions I wasn't ready for. Like, they're so big. My little munchkins. Peanuts aren't allowed in school, Mars. What about munchkins? How about munchkins? Or I don't know, would pistachios be better? I don't know. Pistachios feel like more of a teenage thing. Oh, the Hatchetfield series.
Yeah, I think I like it in the end.
I have not seen that one for myself. How is it, Pastry Puff? Still a nut? Dang it.
What are we nutting?
Little macaroons?
That's not what I meant to do. What are we still nuts about?
I'm running out of names.
Oh, for your chillums.
I can't call my kiddos peanuts. Peanuts aren't allowed in school.
Oh. It
Shucks.
depends on where you are.
It really does.
I would say peanuts were allowed in my school. They just weren't allowed at that one table.
Yeah, that was what they did for us. There was always that peanut-free allergy table. Like, just the table.
Just the one table.
Peanut butter and jelly you could eat at any other table except that one table.
Yeah.
Yes, we've heard of Date Everything. We are planning to play it.
Yes.
I am very excited for the voice actors that are in it, too.
What the hell? No.
Cannot wait, John. I am so damn excited for that game.
Ah, that's why.
Same brain again. Dichotomy, are you sure you're not just the same people at this point?
What do we have in it?
Have we ever seen you in the same room together before? I don't know.
Yeah, and you're the same color?
That's true.
What? Night at the Museum was good. I liked the first one.
No, Ori, they're talking about Master of Disguise.
Oh. Hilariously, the only reason I've seen that movie is because it was like Dylan's childhood favorite movie. And he was referencing it. And so he's like, all right, very early in our relationship, he's like, you have to watch this. And so I was forced by Dylan to watch Master of Disguise.
So easily imagine him just going, turtle, turtle.
No, he goes, am I turtle enough for the turtle club? He does that a lot. He also does the, are you making fun of my husband? Are you making fun of my husband? Because you better not be. Because you better not be. Those are the two big ones.
Oh my god.
And the, did you by any chance hear this sound? Yes, just like that.
Exactly like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Toy Story, top tier. That was a good one.
Yeah,
my favorite growing up was
no wonder
Spirit.
I'm concerned about you two on a stream.
That one.
Dichotomy. Oh, Dichotomy. Dylan said yes to the idea. However, it has to be on a Friday, so it'll have to be when he's out of the hell that is the place he's in right now. So when that happens, then we can do it. So 6 months from now. I'm sorry. We only get AceTooney every 3 weeks after we get. This is week math. This will be week 10. We get 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then he's away for 3 weeks again. And then he's back for 3 weeks. And then he's away for 3 weeks again. And then he's back for 3 weeks. So we want to utilize all of the time that we can with him. So after that, then we'll get on it. So it will just be delayed, unfortunately. But, you know, he'll be a part of it.
Such is life sometimes. But it is Gonna happen.
It will happen then, yes. So, what if I actually put you, yes, you, and I don't do that? If I don't do that, does something bad happen? No. Awesome. Then you can go inside of there. And I think it's at the bottom, right?
The idea, TM. It's hush hush. Keep it under wraps. Gotta be
It is
secret.
hush hush.
He
Nice and
does
hush
that
hush.
struck? What
Who
movie?
does?
I feel like. Okay, is it just me? I feel like I don't know any of the movies currently coming out. Hello, Federico.
Yeah, it's definitely
welcome,
not
welcome.
just you. Hello, Federico.
I feel like growing up, I remember trailers being so memorable and just everywhere.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I could not tell you what's in theaters right now, or if it's new, or if it's a rerun, or what.
Yep, I agree. No clue.
It's named Him. Ooh, interesting, interesting.
Is that the sequel to her?
Fascinating. Related back to Us.
Mm.
Final
No.
Destination. Oh, yeah, that's right. Forgot about that
I'm
one.
just excited for Mission Impossible 7 Part 2 Dead Reckoning.
I might be waiting for Elio,
Well, it's called
but
the
that's kinda
Final
the
Reckoning.
only one.
I'm sorry, it's called The Final Reckoning.
Ooh. That's how you know they're serious. They threw final into the title.
Yeah. Alright. Yes, follow the line.
Go with the grain, with the grain.
Yeah, the problem with giving it a white outline is that would just be another thing I have to involve in the rig. And I don't know if I want to do that.
So maybe something else then.
Well, I'm just trying to make this outline thick AF.
Bulk it up.
I have. I think it's very
Nice.
visual now. I think, you know, I think this is roughly the size I want it to be on screen. Let's get our Fingie out. Guys, when you see this Fingie on stream, the original, is he a good size? Or would you rather him be slightly larger? Because this is bigger. Those are the questions. I need to know. The size that... Okay, Esdrock saying that's a good size. I asked a lot of questions. Am I going to... There is a goal to have a, like, flat hand stroke the screen sort of thing. But these are things that I will have to do a lot more work for. So I will have to figure that out a little bit. And that might be like an added after thing. That might be like a, not necessarily a Fingie 2.0, but like, you know how VTubers get like new outfits and shit? To my understanding, can at any time fairly easily add new quote unquote expressions, which is what I'm doing. My goal is to make it functional and click the button. Because I really want that to happen for Streamiversary. And while that's not coming up super fast or anything, I have other shit I need to do because I'm editing the final stream of Justice for All, which thankfully is a long stream. But so Federico, this is going to be a VTuber model. I think I like this size roughly on my screen. I don't think that's too big, but I think I can see all of the detail enough. So I'm actually going to screenshot this screen
I can't see how
right
it is
now.
on your screen, but if it's like the size it is on mine, I'd say that's pretty good. That's like cursor size almost. Just
It
slightly
should
bigger.
be bigger in the end than what you have.
Well, I'm also on stream, so that might be like making it smaller.
I'm gonna put in the couch the screenshot I just took of the relative size to my entire screen. And that's the size I'm thinking of. It is on the larger size. I won't see it, and you won't see it, Mars. Oh no, hold on. It took my whole thing. Hold on.
Oh no.
I didn't get just one screen. I got both screens. Boop, boop, boop. Let's try again. Good thing I didn't have anything I was buying up on the screen. I didn't actually have anything weird in there.
Oh, thank God. That would have been fun.
I like pretty minimize everything. I need to do... Hold on. Let me remove this Fingie. Like that. 1 second. Or Vtuber. This is from the forest to the screen. Yeah. Let me crop this. That should be good. Couch. Where did it go? There it is.
Going on here.
All right. That's the size it would be. So if that is a screen, that's how big it would be on the screen. It's in the couch, for those who don't know.
Aha.
It's my favorite tuber.
Oh, not bad, not bad.
Not a lot of tubers. It's large, like it is large, you know, but I want it to be like present, you know? I don't want it to be in the way, and I can always make it smaller, technically. I can always make it smaller, so not a big deal. Well, Estrock, are we talking root tubers or stem tubers? Because there ain't just
like
one kind of tuber.
Potatoes. Oh, Penguin agrees. Potatoes.
Do you know what? Both? Do you know which one potatoes are?
Both are good.
And you know which one yams, sweet potatoes are? Which one's which? It's interesting to know about.
Ooh.
They're very fun.
Wouldn't you like to know about the tubers?
Interesting VTuber setup. Thank you.
That's true dichotomy.
Noctilon.
You do sign
I'm trying to make a
when you're Irish to say potatoes.
VTuber.
Noctilons. Hello, hello.
Potatoes are not root tubers. Sweet potatoes are root tubers. Potatoes are stem tubers. Which is a wild
Is that
thing.
because of
They're just different.
how it grows from the eyes?
So it's what part of the plant has evolved to make that storage bit.
Okay.
Talon the Crow Tengu. Very nice. Welcome.
Oh, welcome.
So, like, which ones are YouTubers? What about VTubers and PNG tubers? I guess that's my favorite kind of tuber. A VTuber.
A VTuber is a good tuber, not
The
gonna
pets,
lie.
she's in
I
baby
think my
jail.
favorite is between Monarch and Sayu.
I'm hoping that she's sleeping. Sayu's great. I think I'd have to choose Sayu. Monarch's fun, but I definitely am more inclined to watch just Sayu than just Monarch. Versus I watch, of course, like Sayu Monarch duo things. And then I don't watch Shoto, but his shorts are fun.
The shorts are
YouTubers,
fun. I've also
favorite
seen some
YouTuber.
Of Miyako's.
I mean, Markiplier's hard to beat. I also do enjoy Captain Sparkles. They both have a solid place in my heart. Ooh, Hank Green too. Big contenders, and it's like they're like, I guess what I would call legacy YouTubers in the sense of like I was watching them like from the beginning. Like those are like people where it's like I was watching them when like YouTube was a baby, which feels weird to say, but it's true.
Turning off this mic is a game changer.
Yeah, it is a game changer. You can sneeze.
Oof. None of you heard my sneeze.
Well, hello,
beautiful.
Noctilon. Nice to meet you too. Noctalon.
Thanks for dropping by.
I don't know how you'd want us to pronounce this, but I've just put 2 and 2 together because you're Tengu. Do you play? Oh, this is now a question. Pathfinder, or are you just using Tengu from their lore? Because right, you said Tengu, not Kenku, right? I think you did. Tengu.
Pretty
yeah,
sure
yeah, yeah.
Tengu. Yeah, Tengu.
I know that like Tengus are a real
here.
thing. I'm playing a Tengu character in my Pathfinder game. He doesn't look like your classic Tengu though, because I'm for animal people, not the other one.
I am honestly very tempted. There is a YouTuber. His name is Gaijin Goomba. He's really fun to watch. Honestly, he's one of my favorites. But a couple years ago, he homebrewed a race for Kappa and Tanuki, so you could actually play as them.
You can play a Tanuki in Pathfinder flat. You can play a Tanuki Pathfinder base.
Okay, then my next one's a Tanuki.
Yeah, I don't think they have Kappa.
Fun.
But
do that.
They like recently added, like literally Tanuki's like a race in like a
I am
heritage.
just in time to the party. This is perfect.
In Pathfinder Ancestry. That's the word I want. I think they're literally just called Tanuki too. S. They're definitely something.
They exist. They're somewhere.
Yeah, it's literally just
Tom
Tanuki.
Scott finally retired?
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's literally just called Tanuki. So, yeah.
I will play that next. That's what I want.
You should have said. You should have said something.
Oh, I'm happy with what I have now. I like Delaney very much.
Talon? Alright.
Talon? Alright.
Mythology. Sounds good.
Ooh, very, very cool.
Okay, I'm gonna make this larger, I think.
Yeah, you got us on a tangent. We started off as 5e D&D girlies. Now we're on to Pathfinder 2e.
Yeah.
And we're liking the Pathfinder life. Tis a good life.
Normal. Like this color.
But yeah, as for favorite YouTubers, definitely Gaijin Goomba. I like his stuff a lot. I have recently been watching a lot of Design Doc, just because he talks in like such a nice, even tone. Like I listen to him as I'm going to sleep, and he'll talk about like game design and stuff like that, tropes in video games, and I'm like, ooh, this is nice. I don't know why this is my choice of white noise, but it is.
My choice of white noise is one
OSP,
specific Reddit reader.
Definitely OSP.
I also really like Mariah Elizabeth. She's fun.
You flying away?
Bye, Talon. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, Talon. Thanks for popping in.
Why are you not clipped anymore?
I don't know if you could convince us to come back to 5e dichotomy. We're living the good life.
Definitely not.
The Harlequins are tempting. I'm not gonna lie.
Dichotomy. I'm gonna tell you why. And there's one really, really glaringly massive reason. Actually, there's two. One is me specific. The other is me partially specific, but also affects two other people. One, I fucking love Summoner. You don't have Summoner. I don't think you could do Summoner. In Summoner, I get 4 actions, which is wild because you normally only get... No, I'm sorry. In Summoner, I get 5 actions because normally you only get 3.
Character is beast as hell.
In Summoner, I could do so much shit, and that's just Summoner alone. That's a me thing.
Like, you're a bit
that's
of a glass cannon, but when you get to cannon,
only the way I built it. Only the way I built it. There's so many ways to build it. I can have a fucking dragon. Like, we fucking go, okay? You can't. I'm sorry, Pathfinder, Dichotomy. I don't think you can do it in 5e. Like, I'm gonna tell you, it really, really, really has to do with the, like the action setup and economy. I get an extra action compared to everybody else too. It's wild. But the
Hey,
second...
Evil Genius Lex. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Lex. Yeah, and that's a me personal thing. I'm just obsessed. I love Summoner a lot. I'm also Thaumaturge right now. I will say, like, the way I really do like the action setup of Pathfinder. That's really important. But the actual, like, big reason I'd have to say is it is so easy to be a DM. Mason, I know Dichotomy does 5e in their server a lot, but if you want to start your TTRPG journey, you can join in there. And they have people looking for games and stuff in his server. But the biggest thing, Dichotomy, is it is so easy to be a DM in Pathfinder. Making encounters, like balancing encounters, you don't have to homebrew anything. And now I will say that's a little sad in the sense of, like, I do enjoy the homebrew space of 5e, but the problem with it being a lot of homebrew is that you still have to understand a lot more of the balance of the game innately in order to vet good homebrew and in order to, like, be able to know what is or isn't good or balanced, or you have to make your own homebrew every time. And just honestly, it's so easy to DM in Pathfinder. They have a lot more traps and, like, all this stuff that's, like, baked in, and it's, like, really well balanced. So it's just so much easier to do. Now, Dylan did recently go. He was basically peer pressured, coerced into DMing a 5e game for a group of newbies, never played befores. And he did have a good time. But the amount of work that he put in for a 2.5-hour session was so much work. We can take a Pathfinder.
Sounds wild.
Yeah, it's like, I think you said it best, Dichotomy. I think it was like 2 hours of work for 1 hour of play, something like that. Like, it's a lot of fucking work for 5e. Versus in Pathfinder, an hour of work for like 2 hours of play. Like, not joking. And vast majority of the work is sitting there, like, well, Lex, we don't play that way. We play in a very, there's lore going on. There's, like,
or should
all
I say
shit.
they prep? I don't run campaigns.
Yeah, there's, like, lore going
That
on. There's a
ain't
lot of
my kinda
stories.
life.
We definitely don't do a lot of just, like, faffing about adventuring campaigns. That's not what we prefer to do. You know, that's just our preference, to each their own and everything. But we also had one experience with a brand new DM not doing any prep at all, and that was a rough time. We would never go back. And we were like, I don't know if we were veterans at that time, but, like, we had been playing 5e for a long time, so this was honestly
I don't think
really
I was part of that
You were
table.
not. You were not. It was part of Dylan's high school friends, and it was
that
too
one.
big party.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I fucking dropped out at the end. I was like, I can't do this shit anymore. It was so aggravating. And I stopped DMing for my college group because they just weren't interested in that kind of game as much. You know, they wanted to be extra memey and, you know, just faffing about doing adventures. They weren't, like, paying attention to the story at all, but I wanted to have, like, you know, intrigue happening, right? You know, that there is a plot going on. And that's just personal preference, so we do prep a fair amount for our campaigns. But in Pathfinder, vast majority is just literally making the story happen and, like, the interesting parts, like, that's the prep. Versus, like, in 5e, you have to homebrew a whole new thing, and every encounter, to make it an interesting encounter, you have to do this whole thing. There's a creature that was the final boss of the only Pathfinder campaign that I've DM'd, but the one that we just did, and that was all baked in. It had masks that it could switch and all this cool stuff, and it was honestly perfect for the thing that I did. So it was, like, so easy. So the Dichotomy, while there is a non-insignificant, like, it's very in there, part of me that does miss doing the level of the Origami Curio that I liked, and I'm sad that it's much harder to do that in Path. I wouldn't say harder. Technically, to homebrew something in Pathfinder is very easy. The problem is there's less of a niche for it. But that's not to say
why would you? Because everything already
you
exists.
have to really find like a spot, right? I have a Pathfinder homebrew book that is all about leshies, right? It is all about.
Hiya, Allie. Welcome.
How
We're taking
dare
a little
you,
trip down
Dichotomy?
memory lane, talking
Go
about our
support the
experience
Dichotomy
with
gang.
Ivy.
Yeah, and we're working on Fingie, who may or may not be renamed, but that's the fun of it.
I still lean toward Finn Pointer.
Finn Pointer. I like Pointer as a first name. I don't know.
We could do that too.
I don't know. Indie for like index. Indie Pointer.
Ooh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Indie Pointer.
Indie Pointer. But my brain was dying. What was I saying? So yeah, I do miss the homebrew scene, but yeah, it's a whole book of leshies, which is like way up my alley, you know. But hi alley, way up my alley, ha ha ha. But that is definitely something that I would not go back to because it's just for that. And that's why I have Dichotomy. Oh shit, Fingie hasn't been on screen?
No.
Mars, why did you say something?
I thought you were taking a break to talk about
my lord.
Pathfinder.
Why do I even have a co-host, guys? What is this? Betrayal.
Sorry, I thought you took a break.
Thank you, Allie. Hashtag
It has
better
been a
co-host
solid
than
while,
Mars.
Penguin. I thought it was a legit choice.
Never for that long.
You had a crash out. Who am I to not assume that you'd want a little mini break?
A long time ago. Thought we just cooking in the background. I was not meaning to be just cooking in the background. I mean, look, here's the Fingie update.
Since she was cooking in the background, let's see what food she has prepared.
Look at this. Look at him. So what I'm actually going to have to do is I'm going to have to rearrange him. So this is a cleanup. I want him to be fully cleaned up. I want to fucking rig him next week. So we're fucking going. What I need... I don't know what that layer is. What is that layer? Nothing? Nothing. All right, go away. Okay. I want to clean him up. Because of the art style that I normally use, he's not clean lines or anything like that. I want to fix that. I need to merge him to an extent. I really want clean, crisp lines. So that's what we're going with right now. And we're making all those lines thicker.
Right. Back into the oven it goes. It needs to be crispier.
Okay, that doesn't help me. Adjust angle after fixed, yes.
Did you say angel?
I did, but that is not what I meant to say.
Okay, just checking.
I meant to say adjust angle after fixed.
I know what you meant.
Do we know what I meant?
It has been a week, you guys.
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. And Elephant's faithful 100%.
I am exhausted 100%.
Yeah. I don't even know if my dog is crashing out right now, but we ain't worrying about it.
If she's not awake and you can't hear her, probably fine.
She's in a different room, and she's certainly not opening the gates of hell. So, you know, I think we're all right.
That's always good. We like it when the doggos don't invite Cerberus into the mortal realm.
No, she,
You know, we don't need that. No, at least not yet.
She was being a bit of a bitch earlier. My lord. That's why she's in baby jail.
Fingie
Not to
must
say
be
that...
toastified.
Why are we toasting him? Oh, in the...
We're toasting Fingie. We're making him extra crispy. I didn't know we needed the flames of hell to accomplish this. I thought a simple oven would be more than suffice, but... What do I know? I've never cooked Fingies.
Gotta hunger that only hands can satisfy?
God.
A rumbling in my tummy that only hands can satisfy. I think that's the line.
Yuji Tadori eyeing this conversation.
I'm sad. Unlike Dichotomy, who has lovely friend access to our little thing, Discord call, I can't just jump into his.
Ah, rats. How unfortunate.
I know. I can't go in there.
We can't just surprise him out of nowhere.
No. They've locked me out. We're not as close friends as I thought. I'm joking. I don't really care them.
For shame.
What am I doing? I've lost the thread. All of my threads are lost.
Oh no.
Just a crack.
Where be the thread?
It's good for the heating. Yeah. Free heating. Okay, now my debate is my stomach just made a noise that my dog would make.
Okay, so was it your stomach or was it the dog?
No, it was definitely my stomach. I felt it.
Okay. So that's you.
You're doing mermaid alley. Very
okay.
Nice. Yeah, this is the time.
Ori, you are having a night.
The question is, should I separate the void and the void halo or not? That's more just like a
yes. Wouldn't that make it easier to edit?
That's what I'm trying to understand, because I actually think it would be easier to edit the other. Yeah, okay, yeah, I am gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it the other way, and the other way being this way, like this. Okay, no. We're gonna delete this. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna make you.
I thought it was May 1st.
12.
First day of mermaid.
Yeah.
Gotta edit my story.
That. There we go. That's how. This is how we do it. No.
This is how we do it.
All right. That's actually perfect. Great. So this is void fill J. We'll put J first. J void fill. J void line. Guys, it's very, very, very important to name and label all of your shit. As in folders as good as possible. J void. And I have to make it so that everything's on top properly. So this void is the uppermost thing, because if the Fingie turns towards the screen, right, which it will do, if pointy whatever Indy turns towards the screen, then the void will be in front of the hand, right? So this has to be the highest layer, if that makes sense. I hope a little bit. And then I don't need... Technically, I don't need this outline to be different. Do I want it to be
Where are these pings coming from? They're driving me crazy.
If I delete that...
I swear, I've muted like every channel in every Discord server I am in. It's like, oh my god, where are these pings coming from? It's here! It's you!
Which one?
It's in the cast off server. And it's in the adulting channel. Which, you know, vibe and mood, #relatable, but I don't need it popping up while I'm trying to stream.
Exactly.
It's just a lot.
And then because of the art style that I do, I am smoothing the edge, because he's just gonna be so small that you'll notice the texture in a bad way. So we don't want that.
Unnamed layer 100. I feel like you should unlock a secret spell by the time you get there.
Canadian Lucifer, when I do normal art, I give 0 shits. There was no shits given about layer names. Not a one. However...
See, but Penguin, that's the thing. I don't want to be on Do Not Disturb because I want people to see I'm on and I'm free to chat.
Yeah, and that's why I just mute a lot of the servers that I'm a part of. But there's some servers where it's like, okay, you're quiet enough most of the time that I do want to know when somebody is talking to see if it is interesting to me. But then usually I'll still end up muting it in the end for like a you know, a duration, like 8 hours or something.
Like just enough to get other stuff.
It's like,
done.
all right, you're like even in servers that I like moderate. I still only look at certain channels, have them like on. It's just too much shit, man.
It really is. Like, I like participating in the channels, don't get me wrong. It's very fun.
I mean, the only server I have all of the pings on is our server.
After a while.
It's the only server.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm surfing around on Good Smile just because, like, I'm curious to see what they have. And I hate when there's a figure so damn cute and the pose is so good and the style is so good. And I'm like, I watched the show. I just wasn't as attached to this show or character as I could have been. Because the figure is cute as hell.
What
and
character?
It would be really cool to have on my shelf. From Spice and Wolf, it's Holo. Like, they give her such good figures. Like, the line of action is so fun. The posing is so good. But I'm just like
I
didn't like Spice and Wolf that much.
Yeah.
I dropped it halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
Good day, Venus. Welcome, welcome.
Hello, Venus.
We're working on Fingie tonight.
We are.
Subject to be changed to Pointer. Indie Pointer.
Probably will be to be TBD, though. When he debuts, when they debut, I don't know. I think
guess
they're
because it is representing multiple characters.
Yeah, in AceTooney though, it's almost always a guy. Mia was an exception, but I don't know if that happens again.
I feel like Athena gets the spotlight, so she's gonna need like a yellow sleeve or something.
Ooh, that'll be fun. I didn't realize she would get like a thing like Mia did.
She's a lawyer, is she not?
And that there's a lot of lawyers that never had a Fingie because they're not the character I'm playing. The only characters that get Fingies are the player character.
I'm pretty sure she does get at least 3 cases.
Okay, if she actually does, then yeah, she would totally get a Fingie. But if she doesn't, you know, because like we didn't have Fingie when Mia was a thing, but like we would have, you know.
One day. You hate when figures have bases that are way bigger than they need to be. That is such a mood, Mason. Like, there's only so much space on my shelf.
Yeah.
Not a spoiler. You will get to play as Athena. Thank you, Penguin.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, that's not a spoiler.
Appreciated. Yeah, no. That's actually preparation.
Okay. So cool. So finger is a NB.
All right, we got an MB
or gender
finger.
fluid. No, that's better. Gender fluid Fingie.
Oh, gender fluid. No,
gender
no,
fluid's
that's
proper.
That's it.
I wasn't sure, Allie. If I'm being honest, all of my knowledge kind of ends at like the main like Phoenix, Edgeworth, you know, like that's all the characters I was ever like certain about. Okay. So if I unclip you, you need to be better represented. So what I'm doing is I learned from Cersei that being a little lazy with it is kind of a pain in the ass. So I'm trying to be less lazy with it. J. Highlight.
We stand the queer fingies.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah,
we do. Jinx. Okay. Bi-gender Fingie? Yeah, it's one of those. I think fluid fits just because it's not usually like both at the same time, and maybe I just misunderstand what bi-gender is specifically. But like to me, gender fluid, to my knowledge, is like it can change from moment to moment, day to day, versus bi-gender is like, I guess it would just be two genders. I don't know. Someone else could tell me. I have not done a lot of research on that sort of thing. Technically, I don't think it needs to be that long, but I'll leave it that long. Wow, this looks so clean. All right. Fingie, cut, and clean up. We're saving. We're saving.
Nice.
All right. So this is J Shadow. This is J Fill. This is J Line.
Okay, now my stomach is
What is
making
this?
the noise. I gotta get some chocolate.
This is Shirt S J Shadow. Jesus Christ.
What the
void.
hell was that?
I went into cap locks instead of hitting shift, and so I was like being stupid. That does look really clean. That looks
It really
clean.
does.
Oh, I don't think I told you guys. So this like
void.
sparkle thing in the background is because I'm actually gonna have the void, it clipped to the void, so that as Fingie moves around, so it would be like this. As Fingie moves around, it'll show, but the, you know, pattern behind will stay the same. And maybe there'll be some cool Easter eggs in there. I don't know. That would be a future
That's
thing.
gonna be hella cool.
But it will definitely be
that.
just like that. Yeah. So
So you can see the constellations within Fingie.
yeah, within the void. Shadow mentioned. Not
That
that
would
shadow.
actually be really funny if we put the folding planet inside
Yeah,
there.
I was
Like,
thinking
just
about
really
the little
tiny.
rocket ship or like, yeah, something like that. Little Easter egg shit. Okay, let's do this.
Our
void.
dolls floating through space.
I was thinking that too.
God damn it! Stop stealing my idea.
Never. It's, you know, same hat. That's all I'm saying. Same hat.
That's true. This is why we work together.
Yeah, seriously. Okay, we need to make.
I was like, that's why it's kind. I don't want to say it's easy to work on Outcast. Like, Ori and I definitely have our, like, that idea is not going to work, Ori, or that idea is not going to work, Mars. But for the most part, it's like, yes, thinking the same thing.
But it's also like rarely ever something where it's like, oh, this is like an idea that we love and we want like a different direction. More just like, plot wise, these don't line up anymore. Or how do we then resolve this plot point is usually what happens, you know, where it's just like, we get in our own heads of like, oh, this would be a really cool thing to happen. But then the other one comes in and it's like, but that's happening and those don't really line up anymore. And it's like, you're right.
Yeah.
That's
we've been there before.
That's the only time I feel really that it's like, we are like, no, we can't, like, we have to kill a darling, is usually only something like
Those
that.
are the big ones.
When it's just kind of like, okay, this has to be done differently.
Same brain cell, indeed. What's nice is that Ori and I can split it in half so we don't have to pass it back and forth. The problem is it is the same brain cell.
Yeah, it is definitely the same. Okay, come here. How do I do this? How do I brain this?
Okay, that was some
brain
needed chocolate.
What? That's not what I wanted. Is that what I wanted? What is happening? What are you? I'm so
I don't
confused.
know. Is it what you wanted?
I don't even know. What am I doing? Are you one thing? What's on you? You? Oh.
Or you?
Okay, let's do this. And then we biggin you by 12, as we've been doing. And we give you this color. Good. And then we're gonna smallin this. We're gonna smooth. That's what's happening. I've realized my brain's stupid.
Ah.
I have solved the brain dumb. Yeah, there's like... So, I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna talk about it again. The art style that I have, that I would say is my art style, specifically in the way I line and render, while I really do like how it looks, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't like how it looks. It was specifically chosen with the intent purpose of avoiding it having to be perfect. I use a sketchy pencil. You know, I use... you know, we went from cell shading, which does have to be more precise, to the sort of like blended out, rough, painty shading that I do now with the like hash lines on top of that, because it distracts from imperfections. You know, it avoids it. And so that means that I don't have to be very perfect. And it means that I can avoid the trap of, the perfectionism. When I did that, like, dichotomy games style thing, art piece with Fortune, it was definitely like, oh god, I'm kind of dying that I have to sit here and be really intentional about the lines, because you'll see it more, you'll notice it more, and that the lines are clean themselves. So I'm glad that Fingie is not a full VTuber, and it's just a cursor VTuber. Because I don't think I could do a full VTuber in this style. It would hurt me. Because even our PNG, like, tuber models, while they are cel-shaded, which does add a level to it, the lining is still the way I normally do lines. So it does make my life easier.
That's always nice.
Yeah. Outcast, and literally it's because of Outcast that I ended up this way. Because I used to do very, like, fully black, you know, I wouldn't say thick, but, like, solid, you know.
Definitely solid.
I
wouldn't
line
call them
work.
heavy by any means.
Yeah, they weren't thick or anything, but they were solid, you know. They were precise, smooth. And... because of Outcast, because I knew that you're gonna have to draw a lot again and again and again, I literally was like, all right, let's pick a sketchy line brush. I literally did that, and then, like, I sat there and I was like, oh yeah, let's make it so it does not, so the style itself is like imperfect-y-ish. I also think it ended up kind of accidentally fitting that we do like the journal entry stuff, because it's like his drawings or something, you know, it like kind of fits the vibe a little bit. But it is definitely like not meant to look smooth. It's meant to allow for mistakes. And that's how you gotta plan sometimes.
Nice. Takes the pressure of ye old perfectionism off.
Definitely removes it down. Like I said last stream, though, it was like, I heard an artist give their definition of what they mean by perfectionism, and I was like, that's not the problem that I have. But,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they talked about it. It was like, the fear of making something because it will never be good enough, something like that. And I was like, no, that's not the problem. I don't have the fear of the blank page, thankfully. When I say I deal with perfectionism, no, 100%, Allie. Definitely.
That's a good rule of thumb, Allie. Allow the mistake. Allow
the mistakes. And, allow for experiment.
Follow Robinson's logic.
If you want to, like, try something out, do it. Like even though Outcast is like a comic that we're working on and we're doing, I don't feel obligated to make sure that the Outcast style sticks exactly to what it started with. That would be kind of
will change as the series goes
ridiculous.
On. And as
well,
it has inspired by other things.
It has changed because it has already had like updates with, like I said, we started with cell shading. I mean, very, very at the very beginning, you know, these aren't in existence anymore, but we started with no shading. And then it turned into my brain. And then it turned into cell shading.
Into your brain?
And then it turned into
then it turned into tri-stamp inspiration.
Which is funny because it's not inspired by tri-stamp. It's inspired by having to draw tri-stamp related fan art very fast.
But it still counts.
It worked. It worked. But it's definitely like I wasn't drawing like in the tri-stamp style. I was just drawing tri-stamp related art and we got here.
This is how we got from point A to point B.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Lovely.
Exactly. I would say there's a lot of things that I don't do in a lot of art pieces, especially the comic, that I do like doing, but they're just time consuming. Like I do use the cheat in shadow highlight and everything to render. I don't pick specific colors for each, you know, section. I just use multiply and everything. And, you know, it looks fine. Like I don't dislike how it looks, but it definitely looks better when I have the time to like color pick something. So on bigger pieces where I'm like taking my time and doing stuff, or like commissions and things, I will like fully color pick all the shadows and stuff. There we go. Beauteous.
Lovely, lovely.
Smooth, smooth. You need to be smooth. What are you? Oh, you're the highlight. Okay. Have to undo you a second. Undo that. Undo that. Make you blue.
And I find it very similarly with writing. Like there are just some things I do not enjoy writing. And there are cases in which I can get around not writing those things.
Exactly. Okay, we're gonna do this so I can see it.
Now, will that strategy work forever? Probably not. And I will be improving my craft very shortly. Like it always happens. The more you do something, the better you'll get. Drive yourself crazy if you don't have to.
But yeah, and that's been my whole philosophy with art, especially as a hobby artist. I always want to preface that because if you want to do it as a job, especially in industry, not necessarily as a commission artist. As a commission artist, honestly, it's really easy. It's probably better for you, in all honesty, to just have the one thing and be good at the one thing really, really well. That probably does help you more than being a generalist, but in like industry, they would prefer you be a generalist, or it might work better for you because you can kind of be anywhere. And yeah, you sort of have those trade-offs of how to do it. But so if you're just a hobbyist, it's like only draw what you want. Only draw how you want. It doesn't matter. Make sure it's fun
There
for
you
you.
go.
That's what matters. Boop boop. Okay, you need to come like straight across. Man, I'm being so intentional. It's wild. Am I being stupid? I was being stupid. That's okay. It's an easy fix. But I was being stupid. Too stupid. Do I want this highlight? Do we want to deal with this? That's the question. Do we want to have to deal with rigging this highlight? Yeah, I will deal with rigging this highlight because he's a tiny boy. And I want him to have all his bits. If he's a tiny boy.
You can't not have his bit.
I mean, it wouldn't be the biggest deal. You have a sketch, something like that, and basic colors and paint over. Yeah, it's really cool, Allie. And honestly, you're like super fast. You're like nuts fast at it. So what you do, definitely working. Also, Canadian Lucifer is also hella fast. Jesus Christ. Both of you like freaking whip it out. And I'm like, damn. That's some good shit.
Hey, you guys are wicked talented.
I remember Canadian Lucifer is like, I'm gonna make this animatic. And then like same day, Canadian Lucifer is like, it's done.
Just,
and I was like, what?
Whipped it out.
What?
Like, huh?
How do we do that?
How? How'd you pull that one off?
Yep, he's a tiny boy, and I want to have him all. I want him to have all his bits. He deserves them.
Does. How could he not have his bits?
All right. Beautiful.
All the bits.
The bits. What game do they use bits? Oh, it's My Little Pony. That's where they use bits. As currency.
Oh, yes.
I was like, something uses that as a currency. Emotional support, tiny little baby man. Speaking of, let me see my tiny little baby girl and see if she's dying or not.
Emotional support. Man. We have many of those. Aren't they called blorbos?
Yeah, blorbos. Certainly not having a good time, but that's just her state with being at my house, unfortunately.
It'd be like that.
It doobie doobie doo.
Poor little pupper. Oh, the combination of free time and ADHD. I understand. That's like when you're locked in.
Very much. It's very hard. One of those things where it's like, I see all this fan art coming out and all these artists do this. And then I have to, and I'm like, how do they do so much art so fast? And I literally have to sit there and I have to be like, Ori, you do 80 bajillion things. No, it's not even, not even that. It's more just like, all of the art shit you do, Ori, is like 80 bajillion things. You don't just do art for your comic and thus are able to only do, like, yeah, you also have a day job. All these artists are, you know, doing the art as their job. But then you also do the video editing and the other shit, you know, like, no, you do make a lot of art. It's just not in the way that you want. Is Blorbo stupid?
Is your Blorbo? If you don't have a stupid Blorbo, what are you doing as a creator?
Yeah.
You gotta have a Blorbo of your very own.
You don't gotta. But you can one day. It will happen. I will say I never made an OC in my like entire time until one day sat on my shoulder. Literally. And it was like,
boom,
all right,
inspiration.
This has to be an OC. Actually, technically, I tried to make an OC before that, and he was based off dead hydrangeas. And he was a vampire.
Ooh.
But he never really got off the ground. Never really satisfied with him. His name was Fi.
Maybe one day he'll come back.
Well, then he had like a bunny. There's a lot of stuff. His identity never really panned out. Maybe one day. He doesn't need to exist, you know? That's just how life goes. Every idea doesn't need to pan out. We have Griffin, and that's what matters to me.
That's true. It's funny. My original story, like the one I made in high school, is like I don't think I'm attached to the characters as much as I was the idea, maybe. And even then, it's like this is a mash of like Sword Art Online, Full Metal Alchemist. Like there is no way this is ever seeing the light of day.
I did a stupid again.
Oh no.
It's okay. It's not that bad of a stupid. Just a little stupid.
Outcast Vampire Arc. Mason, that is what the AUs are for.
There is already the second year, so that's 2023. No, 2022's Outcast Halloween art is Vampire and Vampire Hunter. I didn't do Halloween art last year. I don't think I did. Yeah. Life's gotten too busy, guys.
Life is a lot sometimes.
What's happening? Oh, that's that. So let me add to that, actually. What? Okay. Something happened here. And it is now time to fix it. This line is not working. Okay. Nope. There is an Outcast Demon AU that has been futzing around.
Yes. I think that's the one you got a little birthday present for that.
Yeah. I got a little bibble about it, a little dribble out of it.
A little something for the first chapter.
Something.
That was actually pretty fun to write. I had a blast writing that one.
I'm very excited. There's no like art for it yet, but my goal is certainly I really want to design really cool like designs for the characters who are demons. And so it's like there's definitely a lot of like I want it to be good. Whoa.
Ooh.
Paint bucket, my betrayed.
Oh, how dare it.
I know. Okay, I want this. And I want to flip and delete. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. I'm so glad y'all are leveling Kim Possible, though. That's super cool. Can I do fancy shit?
We do enjoy Kim Possible in this house.
I can do fancy shit.
Fancy shit is happening.
Fancy shit is indeed happening.
We like to fancy shit. Oh, hello, Monica.
Hello, Monica. What is this? I know what this is. Me being dumb. Yeah! There we go. And then I need you to come off the bibble a little bit. Just
a whittle off the bibble.
Just a little bit. An amount. You know what? I can make this easier on me, I think.
A skosh.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah. We take the easy way. All right.
Monica asks, how's it going? It's going well, Monica.
I'm glad.
We are working on Fingie tonight, and conversation-wise, we're just kind of vibing.
J-Line.
It is a chat-led conversation tonight.
Shadow. Lovely. J-Line. What are you? You should be attached. Fuck. I guess not. S.J. Hold on. Let's just shadow. Well, I guess line shadow. if I unclip you and
Yes,
move
I
you...
did
Oh,
see
you
it,
do look
Monica.
like that.
The little throw blanket. That was so cute.
I want to delete...
Saw that too. Yes.
And then
Both
I
are
want
quite lovely,
to
I must
do
say.
this.
Estrog, welcome back. How's your pasta?
Mm.
Did you unlock the possibilities?
Possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
Okay, go away, go away. Fill. Stop. Nice. Fill. I forgot how long the art part takes because I made the art for Cersei so long ago.
Ooh, you're still trying to figure out the colors, Monica? I feel like that's always the hardest part, because, like...
Nah.
It can always look good in the sketch, and then as soon as you add the colors, it's like, what fits?
I find colors super easy. I'm just special.
Okay, well, Ori's just built different,
I am built
guess.
different. I am definitely built different. My mother is literally like, Ori, help me with these colors because you're good at that. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't realize this is like a thing, but all right.
It is now. It very much is. This is your lot in life. I hope you understand.
This is my purpose.
You will never escape the allegations.
Ah. I see, Monica. Use macaronicon. And now you're... Oh, you use the macaronicon. And now you're a lasagna lich. Amazing.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Apparently, yes.
I was incredibly confused.
Yeah, I understood after reading it the second time. The Macronomicon. The Omnomicon. That's what
Omnomicon.
That's what it is in Overcooked. The Omnomicon.
That's just a good name.
It's a great name.
I'm sorry. That's just a good name.
Okay, those two are good. Those two are grand. We like the helping hand. Those are all named. They are. Void is still good.
Ooh, you're
void
doing
off,
some expression practice as well. Very nice.
Ooh. Yes, that's Omnom, but the Omnomicon is the thing in Overcooked. Okay, this is the Void. You're nothing I care about now. You're also nothing I care about now.
Definitely no.
This is sleeve fold lines. I don't care about this thing. This should be clipped. And this is sleeve highlight. If I unclip this, looks good. Brain.
Is Omnom the little guy in Cut the Rope?
He is, yeah.
You know what? I think he is actually.
He is. Sleeve shadow.
Man, that brought me back. I haven't thought about that game in a while.
Sleeve shadow. Sleeve fill. I beat that game all those years ago.
Nom nom versus snarf snarf snarf.
Sleeve line.
And you also have the nom nom from Team Fortress 2, which pretty hard to beat. That one's iconic.
The void. Void needs to be bigger a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, Penguin. Cut the Rope made me feel my age, because I'm like, I would play that game on my mom's iPad while waiting in line for food or some shit.
Look at that. Ooh.
Do eat a sandwich.
Ooh, we stand. All right. Go away, go away.
Hey, if it were able to heal me like it does the heavy, yes, in a heartbeat.
I need... We'll deal with the void first, I guess. Come hither, void.
Would I download a sandwich? That's a different question. Would
Yeah.
my turkey and lettuce come out too pixelated? I don't
I'd
know. I feel like
probably
you got
download a
verified the
sandwich
server.
very easily. Would you download a car?
They
Yes.
couldn't beat the second level of Cut the Rope?
What?
I don't think it was that hard of a game.
Some of the later ones were a little like you had to get the timing right.
Yeah, but it was like doable. It was never
That's
like
painful as strong.
it was never like what's a hard puzzle game I played? It was never like crap. What's that point and click adventure it's got a Day of the Dead
Descriptive.
motif.
I have no idea.
Point and click adventure. Day of
We're dealing with the wrist.
Grim Fandango, that was it. That had hard puzzles. Mist, that's another one. I played that one with my dad. Day of the Tentacle, I don't think we ever got around to that one in all honesty.
What happened here? Why are you not? No.
Remember Doodle God? That one I don't think I played.
I do
Mazen.
remember Doodle God.
I was
Yeah.
all about Cut the Rope and Fruit Ninja. Those two are my go-tos. Oh, and Temple Run. Of course, Temple Run.
Okay. Why the fuck?
Uh-oh. What's happening? What's going
I
down?
did a stupid at some point, but it's fixed. I don't know how that could have possibly happened, but it's fixed. So, eh.
I mean, fixed is good.
Fixed is
We
indeed
do like
good.
fixed.
Maybe with this one I should instead add. I think that'll be better results for me. This was
And
kind of
that's what we want for
self-contained,
Ori.
but we want this to be nice and smooth. Just
Where's
because
my water? Oh, that one sounds familiar, but did I
Yeah,
play that one?
that's the one with the crocodile and the bathtub, and you had to do like the pipes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did play that one.
There's like a Perry the Platypus version or some shit at one point. I
Why
remember
does that
that
not
one.
surprise me in the slightest? Ooh, trivia. Let's go. Let's go.
It's wild thinking about the before times, because in a way it's like there were only so many games, right? That's something very interesting that like I hear talked about when we talk about like Gen Alpha and younger Gen Z and stuff, is the idea of that like there's not a lot of unifiers. When you had to watch TV on the TV, you had to watch the same shows at the same pace, at the same time. You know, you could at best watch them late if you recorded them, but everyone was watching SpongeBob because that was all there was to watch, you know? So everybody could talk about SpongeBob. When like YouTube things happened, everybody knew about them because they were a big deal. Everyone knew Charlie the Unicorn, you know, because that was like a big thing, you know? Everybody knew these games because those were the only games that were around, you know? You didn't have a lot of options.
We have so much more content nowadays.
And now there's just so much more content. Is that
and across different places
you
too.
are
'cause especially with
unified.
streaming. Not everyone has the same service.
Yeah, and you're not unified with the people in your like classes anymore because they don't have to be watching anything that you're watching. Like it was wild to me, guys. I explained like VTuber, not lore in the sense of like what their lore is, but like the VTuber community. I had to do a lot of like explaining to Mars, and I like kind of didn't realize I was so in this community to have this amount of knowledge like about the inner workings.
Crazy. I was like, damn, Ori, you know the deets. You know the tea, you know the drama.
Fortnite was a big one. I wasn't into video games like that, so I didn't play Fortnite, but like you knew about Fortnite, you know, like you knew about it. Like definitely a lot of people were. Oh, you thought you made that game
like,
up, Allie?
it was
No,
around.
definitely not. Yes, you played the Platypus version. Yeah, that's the one I played. Too old?
Like,
Oh no.
It's Terry the Platypus.
What do I mean was? Fortnite? I don't hear Fortnite's not as unifying is what I'm saying.
It's definitely still around. I feel like Roblox is the one that took over because that's what my kids talk about.
Yeah, Roblox got big as well.
Love Roblox. Oh my god.
But it doesn't feel like when Fortnite came out and for a good period after that, that was you could easily guess that every person you ran into knew what Fortnite was and played it if they were roughly your age or younger, right? That was everybody knew what that is. Everybody's in that community. Everybody's knowing about the
Dances,
the V-Bucks and everything that's all that's happened. No, Roblox has been a thing for decades. It had a big resurgence at one point with a lot of the games and people making the games for it and everything. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel as universal as it did, if that makes sense. It's there, but it's not everybody does Roblox and Fortnite, not even everybody does Minecraft. Minecraft was massive, at a time, and even
oh yeah,
with the resurgence for a period of Minecraft YouTubing, it did feel that way. Everybody sort of knew what Minecraft was and everybody had Minecraft. But that's died back again,
Once more.
Back to its innate, under levels.
Its roots.
Yeah.
I definitely missed that expose, Estrock. I will have to look into it. If there's a good video that summarizes it all,
yeah,
please.
I
send it my way.
I heard about that. Yep. No,
Be honest,
there's
if it doesn't come across my feed, I do not know.
There's a lot of stuff. But there's also what's wild to me is the nicheness of drama. Okay? A lot of internet drama. I will totally say I listen to a lot of drama YouTubers, right? They're talking about community YouTube drama, this person being exposed for being a horrible person in this way, this being accused of XYZ, ABCD, because it's always or very usually long form content where somebody's just talking at you.
Style,
yeah, exactly.
And it's good background noise.
You don't really need to look at stuff, so it's great for art. But the amount of times that it's I have never heard of this person before. I don't know this person at all. They're supposed to be a massive YouTuber. Never heard of them. I think the first, controversial thing that I really had, obviously, I knew who Mr. Beast was when all of that stuff came out. But, the big one I remember is, Illuminati's whole thing. That, because I actually watched her.
Yeah.
I actually watched her. That was I was subscribed to her. So it was wow, this is actually a YouTuber I was aware of before the drama. Ooh, that's the best thing to do, Monica. Working on something for the fun of it. I mean, this is for the fun of it.
Couch Mason? All right, I'll check it out. Couch.
Fingie is certainly for the fun of it.
Oh, cute! I'm getting Serial Experiments Lane vibes from this OC Mason. Very nice.
It's for the drug inspiration, Allie? What inspiration are you getting from the drug? I'm so curious.
Wait, what? Oh, the expression page is so cute, Monica. Love it.
Yeah, literally, Penguin. I like I've said before, I don't really watch streamers very much.
Sketch.
The only streamers I watch are people where I'm I want to be pals, or we're hanging out now. And so otherwise I really don't take part in streams. And My brain was going somewhere with this. That leads it so that, whoa, what the fuck happened here? See, this is the shit I'm cleaning up. Look at all this poop.
Who knew all that poop was on your hands?
So thus I don't watch like a ton of VTubers or anything specifically. And if I do watch VTubers, it's mostly in their non-stream related content. Their non-streaming content. But I listen to a lot of VTuber drama. Like, I literally subscribe to one VTuber. He's an indie VTuber. His name is Mugen. I think it's Mugen with a J. And his whole thing is like, VTuber news. And there's a few VTuber news people. And I'm like, cool. This is the shit I want. I want to hear it from out here. And that's why I was able to like explain this whole thing to Mars. Because basically, I don't know if anybody knows, but yesterday, like, Evelyn graduated, and it was sudden. It literally happened, and like they put out the notice as it happened. Like it wasn't like a whole setup thing.
Oh yeah.
And so,
and the only reason I knew about was because an artist I follow posted a like, "Oh my god, I'm so sad" type of
yeah. And then so I had to tell
about
Mars about all the so
like,
you know,
what's
penguins.
this all about?
I'm assuming they're playing a game that you know, and that's how you know how we ended up here. Yeah, I mean, works for me, Canadian listeners. And you're here on this one where they're not playing a game, where we're just hanging out.
There you go. We're just chilling.
Yeah, yeah. VNN, VTuber news networks. I don't know. VNs. V news. I don't know what I'm
Why am I blanking?
I'm probably
so
really stupid as struck, but Midnight Brain, can I blame it? It's almost 10 o'clock.
We'll brain midnight blame. Is that what I was gonna say?
VTuber News
sure,
Network and visual novel. I see. All right, Mars, you chill for a second. I'm gonna take Doggo and if she's still like not settled, and walk her and maybe bring her in here. We'll see what happens. All right,
Doggo for a walko. Yep. Let's go. Doggo for a walko. Perfect. You'd go out with a bang, Mason? What do you have in mind? What is the plan here? It is dog break time. We don't have the title card, but rest assured, it is indeed dog break time. Just imagine a corgi on screen, you guys. Imagine the orange tan wallpaper. It's very pretty. It's very cute. I'm glad Canadian lives fur. I'm glad we're good to have on as, I guess, background noise and podcast. For as sarcastically as I said that, I do genuinely, like, that feels like a compliment, so thank you. Ooh, favorite doggo breed. It's funny, I was actually just telling one of my kids' parents about this today, because she has a pet dog, and her dog's temperament is so mellow, which reminded me of a dog that my family was planning to get. We were going to become a dog family. We were going to bridge that gap and become a cat and a dog dual house, as it were. And the little dog we had found, there was a local pet store a couple towns away. And because they were local, you know, not a chain brand, the puppies they had there came from the affiliated shelter, which was very reputable. Like, it was no kill. They treated the animals very well. No puppy farms involved. So thank God for that. And they had the most lackadaisical, mellow, could not give less of a shit basset hound puppy I had ever seen in my life. And the way I know this is because when my brother and I went to go see this little puppy, he just flopped over on his side. My brother, being as young as he was and still learning how to, you know, animal, be good with animals, he was just poking and prodding this dog. He was poking the toe beans. He like poked the ears, his back, and this dog just lied down and was like, yep, this has happened to me, and I do not care. I swear, if we were ever gonna have a dog, that was gonna be the dog. Because he was just did not care about anything happening around him. Very cat-like. Dog breaking news indeed. Ooh, a husky. Very cool, Monica. Would I say, though, Basset Hound is my favorite dog breed? I don't think so. I think I have to say Cocker Spaniels. I just like the way they look. All that fluffy fur. Very cute. They look very, very fashionable. Every Cocker Spaniel I've ever met is just a little fashionista. A little diva. Ooh, I think I saw another one go by on here. I saw a husky. Oh god, I never say the name of this dog breed right. Samoyed? Samoyed? Samod? Help. I never know how to say the name of that dog breed, but I know which one you're referring to, Estrock. I love them. They're basically big fluffy clouds with legs. They're amazing. They're so friendly too. Oh my goodness. Then your parents decide to adopt a doggo at a time you were in a different state. Oh no. Oh, Penguin, it sounds like your lobbying worked. It's just that the results came in after the fact. Oh. Did you at least get to go home to doggo? What kind of doggo was it? What breed? I'm so curious. You would name yours Cloud? Is it because of the fur, or is it a Final Fantasy reference? These are the real questions here. I gotta ask. You never know on the internet. You never know. Would I ever have a dog, though, if I lived on my own? I genuinely don't know. Because the cat distribution system has just been so kind to me. It has gifted me 3 cats across my 26-year lifespan. And, you know, that's a pretty good ratio for the cat distribution system. Not gonna lie. Like, most people only get 1, maybe 2. I've gotten 3. So, I'm doing pretty good for myself. You should send a picture in the pets. We got a whole pet cafe for that, Estrock. Belgian Shepherd. Ooh. Very cool. A cockapoo. How cute. Oh, Candy, what a good name. I'm sorry, I will stand by this. There are objectively good names for pets, and then there are just bad names. Like, no. That name does not pass the test. I'm sorry. Like, before we adopted Misty, her name was Mystery, and both my mom and I looked at each other and we were like, yeah, no. Mystery is not a good name. It's just, I think Ori and I had this discussion the other night where it was just, it's too many syllables. Pet names cannot have too many syllables, or it does not feel like a pet name. Nova? Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one. But yeah, Nova, 2 syllables. Misty, 2 syllables. Simba, although that was inspiration from Lion King, clearly. Scurry, also 2 syllables. We look at Ori's dogs. Cassie, Riley, like, they're all 2 syllables. Those are the good names. Lang. Okay. See, Estrock, you gotta do the tests, though. You have to envision, if my pet ran out the door and I had to call for it, what name would I not mind shouting down the street? That's the test, right? You gotta make sure that you don't mind shouting the name if your pet gets lost. Because that's the true test. It's like what the creator of Infinity Train did. It's got to pass the scream test. That's important. Dog's name is Angus. Ooh. Angus kind of sounds like a mean name. It follows the 2-syllable pattern. I don't know. It's got that hard G in it. Just kind of throws me off. Hello, Venus. Welcome, welcome. Good day to you, too. You posted them? Okay, this I gotta see, Estruck. This I gotta see. Pet cafe. Oh my gosh, big yawn. Aww. Oh my gosh, he looks so much like a dog I used to dog sit. Wow. Oh my gosh, look at the fluff. I'm sorry, I like dogs too much. Can you tell? There was a little dog I used to dog sit for that my neighbors had. Looks very much like yours, Estrock. And he was so cute. We have a chain link fence between mine and the neighbor's house. And whenever I'd be out gardening, because we had a garden right up against that chain link, he would just come over and put his paws on the chain link and he'd be like, belly rubs through the gate, please. Pet me. I'm here. Pay attention. And of course I did. Like that was the dog tax for working in the garden. Welcome back, Ori. How is Doggo?
Thank you.
Imagine
hopefully
screaming
gonna go to
out
sleep.
Ulysses Braddock third of his name at your fleeing Pomeranian. Wait, Ulysses Braddock the third, is that his name? Because it looks like of his name is part of the name. Is it part of the name? I need clarification, Penguin. Especially for Midnight Brain.
Oh my god, I need water myself.
Oh, I drank wrong.
Did you grow up around Australians, Venus? Or did you grow up around Brits? Because it's when you're a child, I learned, that you pick up accents.
His name is part of the name?
That's wild.
Why? Ulysses
is this
Braddock
a translation
of his name?
Oh, he is the third of his name. Is this a translation, Penguin? I'm curious. I think the equivalent is
Ulysses Braddock the third.
Yeah, but he is the third of his name, which is the English equivalent of the third. But I feel like it might be a translation thing.
Maybe I was just being stupid.
Well,
it's very possible. It's more likely than you
Braddock's
think.
third of his name is definitely like, I can see where we got here from.
I can.
Oh, it's a
it's
meme.
Like seeing how
I
Google
see.
Translate got.
It's a meme. All right.
Oh, okay. But Penguin, I gotta check because people name their pets weird things.
Yeah, versus I'm over here like,
bad. You should see the pet names.
No, Dylan. At least the pet can't be bullied. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And nobody needs to read it off of a roster and pronounce it correctly.
Other dogs are not.
To the embarrassment of the dog or cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody there. At best, it is
There's no one there to ridicule the dog.
Yeah, at best, it is the equivalent of a cat, of us being able to recognize that a cat calls us, it's just noises. It's not like it can't slight me, you know what I'm saying? But children...
Well, she may be slighting me in her own language, but I'll never know.
Exactly. Just like she'll never know, And no other cat will ever know that you named your cat Mr. Fluffington, the 12th of Yorkshire, of York Fur.
Oh,
there you go. Done.
York Fur, yes.
Yeah, no. I would say nearly every animal could end up recognizing its name, but I'm saying it would be the equivalent of me recognizing that a cat calls me, that a cat calls me, and I could, like, you can recognize to a point if it's done how we call, our pets, that the cat could call me, but I don't know if that means fucking shit face in its language. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
I mean, that would certainly be a choice.
I'm just saying. There's no way for me to know. Yeah, thank you, Penguin. I'm pretty proud of it. Not gonna lie.
York Fur was top tier.
Yeah, that was where I won.
That was excellent. The midnight brain has begone. That was
Be gone. I wish the midnight brain was be gone.
One day.
It was that walk. I had to get fresh air to get the wheels, the windmill turning again. I don't know.
Sometimes that's just the reset you need.
I don't know if it's just Great Empire Brits. British is a slur. You use British. It's one of those things where it's like, it can't really be a slur against white people. There was a really like interesting sentiment somebody had, and it was like, you can't be racist against a group of people who are like not the minority, right? But you can be racist against an individual, even if that individual is part of a minority. And it's like, that makes sense. That's a good way to put it. But thus, slur is like a thing for the group of people. So thus, it doesn't work. You can't make it work.
Try as you might.
Yeah, I would hope that is not a common occurrence, Venus. People try to egg you on.
And if it is a common occurrence, find new people.
Yeah, find new people. Don't hang out with them anymore. Shadow. Wrist. I can just write W under.
On which instrument? Can you play it on mayonnaise?
I got oboe, clarinet. Can't do it on. I don't think it's called that on the guitar.
No. It's sadly not.
I'm so sorry, Monica.
Oh no! Quick, get it on life
There you
support.
go, as a drunk. See, there's so many ways. There's so many unoffensive or generally unoffensive ways to slur.
How did we get on this topic?
Venus said that Great Empire of Brits was going to be their new thing.
I see.
Okay. Thumb. Thumb time. No more wrist. We'll deal with that after. No more void.
Time for the thumb.
Where's the thumb? Okay. Those are those thumbs. I want... Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Uh-oh.
Jesus.
Whoa!
I didn't have a chance to mute my mic there.
Oh my god.
Happened. It just came at me. It wanted my
you.
life. It came for my throat. Jesus.
It really did.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Sorry, everyone.
Damn.
They'll rue the day.
It just had to happen. Usually I can't mute my mic in time. Tonight I did. So it had to be Ori's turn to share the sneeze.
I mean, we're having that tea, Venus. Britain can't be real.
Having some very good tea.
I watched a video, and apparently the woman in the video, I'm assuming she was intoxicated in some way, but the woman in the video, like, supposedly had never met a British person and thus didn't think they were real, and she met like a British guy, and yeah, no, she, like, the way she was acting, she had to be like intoxicated, but she was just like, oh, say good morning, and he was like, good morning, and she's like, oh my god, all right, good evening, governor. And he's like sitting there just smiling that he's like thinks it's funny that she's so like happy and ecstatic about it. He's like, evening, governor.
She is
and
literally
she's like,
she did the thing. She did the thing.
Yeah, literally. If only you were there when we saw Delicious Goat. Yeah. I do a good British accent, I would say. I do pride myself in the Queen's English British accent. I can't do the Cockney like Dylan can, but that's the only one Dylan can. I need to get Dylan to get a posh accent so he can do Herlock Sholmes. because it's very important to me.
turn
He is
him
not a
prim
Cockney
and
man.
proper.
He's not a Cockney man. He needs to speak the Queen's English.
You can make him
I'm so
prim
glad,
and proper.
Astruck.
You just got to get a good teacher.
Indeed. That was a powerful sneeze, thank you. This is the allergies, both the pollen has been high and I have the dog. It's a double-edged sword.
Pollen so much higher this year than last year? Like, I feel like it's so much worse this year.
I don't think it is.
I feel like it is. I feel like death
I'm gonna tell
every
you why.
single day.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because last year was shit for spring.
Was it?
Yes. Spring. We didn't have spring last year.
We were getting snow until like April.
And then it was like suddenly it's summer. Like there was no spring.
That's true. We didn't get spring last year.
That's why. So it's like no. I'm like no. This is normal. This is because last year was abnormal.
Okay, I shan't complain about having spring.
Yeah.
But I will cry over the runny noses.
They're getting on it quite a bit. They're getting it on, yeah. Can do a good Russian accent. Dylan does a decent Russian accent.
Dylan's got so many accents up his sleeve.
He's got a lot of
It's kinda
accents.
crazy.
But then he also doesn't have some of them that I'm like, I'm surprised you don't have them. Like a posh British accent. You're an American.
Like
the two accents you should have as an American is if you aren't already speaking with a Southern accent, you should be able to do a Southern accent, and then you should be able to do a posh British accent. Like as a Northeastern American, like those are the two you should be able to have in like the back pocket.
Monica, I gotta say, I didn't even realize that you typed Russian accident. I did read it
I read it as
accent.
accent. Just comrade. I can't do that one.
No,
I had to practice.
Thoughts.
I will say, I am proud of myself for being able to learn accents. Like, I'm very happy with my French accent now. With Verity, after I practiced it, I do think that I have a decent French accent. Is it passing for a real Frenchman? Probably not, but I'm very happy with it. Versus freaking Armstrong. Oh, yes, oui. What I will say I'm most proud of, my journey with like voice acting because of Ace Attorney, I'm most proud of that I think I do sound like a man when I voice Phoenix. And now there have been 2 people in our comments that are like, Anton bless Annie, which is apparently like a video game character, and she has like kind of a alto raspy woman voice. And like, I can see the comparison, but definitely when I like, hear myself back in me, I'm like, no, I think Phoenix sounds like a man.
This truck. Well, why would I need to look up how to do an NY accent? I live in NY.
Yeah. Oh, he's talking about like the Brooklyn accent.
Like Brooklyn
the Brooklyn
accent.
Fender accent.
No, that's fake it till you make it. I don't got time to look that up. I don't have time to practice. And one day I will have time to invest into this side gig of being a voice actor. But until then, it is very much fake it till you make it.
Being behind, because it does mean that at least you're beating it as the videos come out.
And now you get to experience it twice.
Morning brain, yeah.
Nah, most accents I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna attempt and refine as we go.
Yeah, Mars is...
No, my goal with Eddie's accent was basically if I can go a full session of stream without Dylan commenting on it, we've done good.
You have definitely improved.
Either that or I've Stockholmed him into accepting
from the
my
first
shit.
time. No. The first time, it's definitely gotten like its own thing. Like he's like, I don't know if I could place it, but he's his own dude. You know what I'm saying? And that's what matters most. Like, I don't really care if a character is like a specific regional accent. Like, I don't think Fifi Lagarde was like anything specific. Like, neither was D. Vasquez. You know, they were just like accents, but I was never trying to make them something specific, but they were different, you know, they were recognizable, and that's what mattered. Eddie is definitely like, that's Eddie's voice, you know? And that's all that matters.
Perfect. That's all I need in life, honestly.
Armstrong is peak masculinity, and your time for bending is not. Like, in terms of bracing what you are, even feminine. Oh, yeah. No. He's very self-confident, which is great. We stand.
Oh, yeah.
We stand. King, queen, whatever they'd like. Yes, they are that. Now, what he did...
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Ram in my coffee. I also don't drink coffee.
I wouldn't recommend that. But would you put Ram in your tea?
Well, Allie is currently trying to do that, to my recollection. She is currently in the... Stop. In the process of trying to rebeat the first game in order to unlock Rise from the Ashes.
Ah.
And I'm assuming you plan to play Investigations too, Allie, right? Because at least, while sadly you may never be able to make it to an Ace Attorney stream.
Good.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Okay, good, Allie.
But while you may never be able to make it to an Ace Attorney stream at the pace, I mean, who knows, honestly, but you'd have to lock in. We're not fast, but they're long games.
Nope.
At least you'll definitely be ready for the videos coming out, because those come out fucking slow as shit. And because Dylan is going back into the mines...
They're paced very nicely.
But at least because Dylan's going back into the mines for 6 weeks. Well, for 3-week intervals, you'll be able to join Friday streams for other games if you want.
I thought it would be fun maybe one night because Ori and I won some games over on Rage Paint's channel. I thought it would be fun for us to play them on here during those nights, because that would be like, hey, we get to actually play the thing that Rage so kindly gave us.
Yeah, we have 2 there.
And gotta be honest, that is the only way I will play my new game.
And we have Date Everything. My only concern with the Rage Paint games is just their like streamability. No offense to Grow. I don't think that's a game I personally would play on stream. It's just like, it's like a farming sim, you know?
It depends. It depends.
Like,
how good are you at farming sims? Are you going to kill everything on the farm?
Okay. I don't know what kind of farming sim it is, because when I think of farming sim, I think of fucking like Harvest Moon. You know, like, it's easy. Like, you just gotta wait around.
The cows can die in Harvest Moon.
Okay, then you're doing a bad, like, it's so easy. I don't know. Same with, like, I don't know. Do I know how much? No.
That's the other big one.
Estruck. I do know a lot of people do watch people play Stardew Valley. I am very much not one of those people, and I never will be. However, I also know that Stardew Valley has a lot more going on than just being a farming sim. Like, there's a lot... Like, you can date people, you know, like, there's, like, dungeon crawling shit.
Grow just
like,
a farming sim?
I don't know, but if I'm being honest, if the game is gonna be a lot of gameplay on stream... I don't think it's a game I want to play on stream. Mostly because there's only so much to say. I don't know. I don't like the idea of not talking a lot on stream. I feel like that's what we bring to stream, is being yappers.
True.
So I feel like it's
off
off-brand if I ain't yapping that much. And I just don't know. I feel like there'd be a lot of dead time. And then if I have to focus too hard, the two options are screaming or... We played Wander Song, Istruck. Oh. Wander Stop?
Wander Stop? Wander Stop.
What's Wander Stop?
No, you got it right the first time, Estruck. It is Wander Song.
We played Wander Song. That was actually the first game we played on the
I'm
channel.
curious what a game like Wander Stop would look like.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we played Wander Song. Are you saying there's an actual game called Wander Stop?
Okay, now I'm curious.
There is a game
Stanley
called Wander
Parable
Stop.
is very,
There
like,
is a game called
love
Wander
it or
Stop.
hate it
Oh,
kind
it's
of
like
game.
a bus stop. It's like it's the Wander Stop. I see. Like a pit stop. Okay, now I understand where we got the name from. Like, I have a game, it's called Delicious Dungeon, because, like, obviously I like the anime, but they're not related at all.
It's the closest we can get to having a dungeon.
They're not
meshi
related
video
at all.
game.
They're not related at all, but it is, you know, kind of in the vein of how, like Cult of the Lamb works, right? Where you have, like, the dungeon part, but then you have, like, the back home, I'm, like, managing a restaurant. And I did play it, but I don't know. Not for me. Not a game I would sit down and play for a very long time. It feels kind of boring. I don't think I would stream that very well.
What could be interesting, because, Ori, there's 3 games between the two of us. We do 1 hour for the first, 1 hour for the second, 1 hour for the third.
I guess so.
That way you don't spend too long.
We could try that.
Dungeon Meshi, the anime, the movie, the video game.
I guess there's also just a personal level of...
Oh, no worries, Monica. If you need to dip, go for it.
No worries.
Get your rest. Go into Friday strong.
Indeed. Yeah, sadly, it's not a Dungeon Meshi video game. That would be epic as hell. I wish that
weren't legal. Why? God damn it, Alabama.
Yeah, that's why they say shit like that, like Alabama.
Yep.
When people do
this
certain
is why we
things.
do not stand Alabama. Sorry if you were from Alabama.
But yeah, I guess as a person, I'm very particular about the games I play, in like a sense of I will get bored. And that's not to say, like, I played a lot of Animal Crossing New Leaf, like a ton of Animal Crossing New Leaf. I played like I was a Farmville girly back in the day, like I said, Harvest Moon. You know, like I definitely have played chiller games at a time in my life when I had more time, I guess. So there's just not a want for like chill, relaxing games for me personally, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like I have like if I look at my Steam library, like I do have a fair amount of games that are like, you know, I have a few that are specifically like this would be fun to play on stream. But like I have other ones where it's just like I did like them and I want to play, but like when you look at my library, it's really pretty boring. What I have: Ace Attorney, Beacon Pines, which was recommended by Jamie, but we'd want to play with Dylan. Detective Grimoire, Detective, which again we want to play the 3 of us together, so that's not there. Escape from Wishwood Mansion, which was fun. Frog Detectives, Ace Attorney. Murder by Numbers is the other one that was like, this is an Ace Attorney type mystery game that was on our list to play. You and I, Mars. Paradise Killer, we know how that went.
One?
Murder by Numbers. It's the one with the girl and the robot.
Oh yeah, we were looking at that one for a bit.
Ace Attorney, Star Apprentice, Tangled Tower. And then I have Among Us because I did play it once with people. We had Baldur's Gate. I played a lot of Don't Starve Together, but specifically Don't Starve Together. I would never play Don't Starve by myself.
Alone.
I have a game called Hero Siege, which I literally never played because it was like $1 and it was a 4-player online co-op. When I was trying to play games with my like college friends over break. Never played it. Moon Hunters is fun like the first time. The first couple times, but then I don't know. It's kind of boring after that. I have it because it's a 4-player couch co-op game. Plate Up because we played with Cinder. There was a lot of chaos in that game. I will say it does not replace Overcooked for me. Diner Bros is way closer to Overcooked for me.
You should listen to Epic the Musical.
Yes, in order. Okay, hold on. I have a playlist for this. I made
1,643 games. Damn, Estrock.
I don't have them. How do I see how many games I have? It doesn't tell me how many. 11, 7, that's 18. 18 and 15, 33. I have 33 games. What was I doing here? I was looking for the playlist.
But yes, Venus, 1,000 times yes.
Yeah. I have a playlist of the animatics that I have handpicked, so they're not necessarily all the top ones. You know, they're ones I have hand chosen as the ones I personally like the most. I mean, I don't think there's a single bad one out there, you know what I'm saying? But like,
oh no, the artists always put in 110%.
Let me share this.
Ooh, it's Godot's theme.
Here's the link. Here's the link. If you want to see the playlist. It's in order. It's all the songs in order, all with full animatics.
It's good, it's great, it's beautiful.
It's good, it's great, it's beautiful.
You get the whole story.
Yeah. I did specifically pick all of my personal favorites. Why is this one? Hold on. This isn't the right... No, that says... Okay, I was concerned. I scrolled down too far and it gave me recommended videos. I was like, mine shouldn't be at the end? What? And I was like, oh, no, it's okay.
Oh, are we doing a watch party for Epic in the Discord? Yes, that is still the plan.
We will be. I do not have a time for it yet. Like, it doesn't have a date set. I am required to do something before whenever the watch party is, so that Mason will watch with us. So I do have to
right now with Kim Possible is priority.
Right now it's Kim Possible, and of course we'll watch Over the Garden Wall
once October rolls around
again. That's a yearly thing. I will not give that up.
It is tradition at this point.
So Plate Up was fun.
Plate Up was a good time. I liked it.
Plate Up was an okay time. It's not
chaotic as
overcooked,
hell.
And it's not like Diner Bros is the closest overcooked replacement I've gotten, and it's pretty close. But so far, nothing's been overcooked. I have Rivals of Aether because Dylan got into it and he wanted us to play together. I have Run Prop Run because I played it on Kaz's stream. Tabletop's been really good. I played a lot of Terraria with Dylan. Again, never solo. Same with Vagant. Played a lot of Vagant with Dylan. Diner Bros. Again, we got it because we were feeling the overcooked hole in our hearts. And it's a 4-person couch co-op. And it was a fun time. Lover in Danger Space Time. Again, it's a 4-player couch co-op. Moving Out is a newer game. Sadly, it there's a Moving Out 2. Look at that.
Ooh.
Sadly, it wasn't around when I was in college, when I was doing a lot of 4-player couch co-op with my friends there. But Dylan and I have played it, and it's fun. I'd love to play it with Mars and like Doug or something, but it's just hard to do. Nom Nom Galaxy is a 2-player couch co-op. I did have a fun time with that, but it does get repetitive because it's not like you're not beating stages as much. It's a little weird. Overcooked, top tier shit. Love Overcooked. Overcooked is fantastic.
That's an Ori classic.
Again, I got Spelunky. I played it once and I was bad and I never played it again. In a In a sale, I got Carto, which is a maybe, could be interesting. I think it's just... My whole thing about, like, games to play on stream is just, like, if there's not enough immediate story, I feel like it's hard to do. Because I feel like a lot of... Like, Paradise Killer is an example I do in the sense of, like, there wasn't story happening the whole time, right? There was a lot of wandering about. And I feel like if there's too much wandering about, I can't think hard enough. I don't know how to explain it. I can't think hard enough in stream in order to
because we
do
were
it,
also
Venus.
trying to be entertaining at the same time.
Well, you're trying to be entertaining, but, like, I don't know. It's much more fun to play off what the characters say and what's happening than, like, I'm walking around. I don't know. I feel like there's... I guess we do the yapping unrelated to what's happening on stream on Tuesday, Thursday streams. Friday stream, I want to play a game. You know, I don't know. I don't want to have to yap. I only have so much life, okay? Like, there's only so much life in me. I can only talk about it for 2 days a week.
I mean, that's valid.
You know, I don't do stuff enough.
Oh, Ori, is Fingie missing? Are you working on Fingie?
Oh, Fingie is missing. It's back. I
was looking at my stream library, so I did not notice.
Yeah, I'm looking at my stream library too. That's why it went away, but I fixed it. I have Cuphead because I played it with Dylan. I only beat it because I played it with Dylan because Dylan really beat it. Like I said, Delicious Dungeon. I played it once. It wasn't a bad game. I was just not for me. Yeah, Grow is the one that I just got.
Yes, it's not obvious right away that it's a Fingie, but it is a Fingie.
This is the thumb right now. I have Helltaker because Dylan really recommended it, and I did beat Helltaker all on my own, but this is a short, easy game, you know? Didn't take very long. The other one I got from Rage is Kraken Academy. I'm not good at game. Is Kraken Academy, which is an interesting one.
New game Fingie is missing.
I beat Ori and the Blind Forest. I didn't beat Ori and Will of the Wisps. I only started that one.
Still need to play that one.
The other one I bought that I liked, that I thought is interesting, is Strange Horticulture. But again, I don't think it's really like... Because there's a difference between like a stream game and like a Let's Play game, right? Because in a Let's Play where it's just a video, you can cut out all the boring parts, right? Like when you watch a Markiplier video, he plays the game for much longer than the video is. And they cut out the parts where he's just grinding through it and being silent, right? I mean, it wasn't... One, I played on story mode, S-Drock, and two, it wasn't easy. It was not an easy time. So Strange Horticulture is definitely one where it's like, it'd be cool, but I don't think it's a stream game again. And then the other one I got for stream is Toem. Could be interesting.
Ooh, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Because I got Crown Trick, which looks to be like a story platformer game.
I specifically didn't get that one.
I figured if I survived Ori and Hollow Knight, I think I can survive this.
Again, I played Ori on story mode and failed a lot. It was not easy.
It was an uphill battle, but she did it.
So all I'm trying to say is that I guess y'all find my struggles entertaining. I can only struggle for so long before I wish to end, to stop the struggle. And that's I think where the stream goes. But it is just mostly like back in the day I did try to do like a Zelda Let's Play, and it's hard to talk like when you're just doing stuff. Like I don't know. And I definitely feel in stream you gotta talk more, because you can't just do it for the cuts when it is a thing. And that's a personal preference. There are a ton of streamers that do not talk as much as we do. But, like, we're supposed to be background noise, I guess, to a large extent.
That is how we kind of branded ourselves.
So if you don't do the background noise, if you don't talk, there's no background noise.
Exactly.
Yes.
Except for very lovely music.
And you want to eat and draw, but you can't just save time. Oh, you definitely can, Allie. It just depends on what kind of food. Really, mostly it. If it's a finger food, you got a second hand. Got a whole second hand.
There you go.
Or if it's a magic pop, you can eat one of those with only your mouth. I've done it many a times.
S-Truck, I do plan on checking out those rhythm games. Highest on my list are Rhythm Thief and Hi-Fi Rush. Because Hi-Fi Rush just has that aesthetic to it that I really like. And I'm like, ooh, this looks fun. It's got a good sense of humor, good sense of gameplay. Got all the awards. Oh my God. So it's got to be good. I don't know if I'll be any good at the rhythm element, but
I guess a good moniker of like what games we would play on stream are only games that I would watch somebody play on stream. Me personally. While this is a trio duo thing, it is my stream because I'm the one playing the game. And I have to listen to us play the game again and again and again.
I don't know how I would stream my game to you so you could stream it back to them.
So we could...
Like, that would be complicated as hell.
We could with that thing we were doing before, the Veto Ninja thing. But there would be a big lag because the lag would be doubled. Because it would lag... Like, I would be watching what you're playing slow, and then you would be responding to me slow back to stream, right? So you're just adding layers of lag, so it would just be like really weird. Versus here, it's only a mild, like you can tell there is a mild delay for Dylan and Mars, but that's just one layer of lag.
Jarring.
Yeah, that's one layer of delay. Now imagine if there's like 3 layers of delay.
Dylan takes over stream to show dope Elden Ring builds.
That's thinking with your noggin, though, Estrock. Tie the spaghetti together.
Tie it together? Who said that?
Estrock did.
Oh, down there. Okay. I was still on the spaghetti has
Broken
gravy.
Age.
You can take it with a straw. Oh, Broken Age. I know that one. I've actually beaten that game. My dad and I played that one together. Loved Chapter 1. That was amazing. Chapter 2, the puzzles got really convoluted.
I would do a lot more like escape the room simulators.
Chapter 2.
I would do a lot more escape the room simulators. If I will say, if the puzzle is too hard on the puzzle game, then again, the stream issue as well. It looks cute though.
Broken Age?
Yeah.
It is fun, and the voice acting is really good. The art style is really nice. It's just that second chapter, like, I needed a walkthrough
That's the other thing.
I could not figure it out.
We do like to do our own voice acting. The second part
was just not fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the first part was very fun.
That's what I'm saying, Estrock. Exactly. No offense to the game. I don't care if the voice acting's good. That's not what we do here. Because honestly, I will say, play Tangle Tower yourself, guys. The voice acting is very good. And I bet Mermaid's Mask would be too. But part of our enjoyment is getting to be weird and doing the voices. Yeah.
Ad-libbing. Bouncing off each other.
I will say that is why, I guess, I'm trying to think of other things. I think our like top 3 series are definitely like the Studio Investigrave games, the Tangle Tower stuff with Grimoire, and AceTooney right now. And I think the big additional thing they do that is hit or miss with visual novels is the character you're playing has personality, and they're not just you, right?
Good night, Mason.
Good night, Mason. They're not just you, because especially in like dating sims, it's supposed to be you. You know, it's like an audience surrogate. Phoenix is not an audience surrogate. Phoenix is his own man.
His own personality.
Grimoire is his own man. You know, the studio investigative characters are their own people. And I think that is definitely make or break as well on personally like how we like to play games.
No, Allie. The story was still good in the second half of Broken Age. That I didn't have an issue with. It was just the puzzles were so...
Yeah.
Like, there's no other
like
word for it. They were just
eclectic.
hard. I needed a walkthrough to complete it. I could not figure it out for the life of me. And sadly for me, that did detract from like how good the story was.
I think that...
it's like, I was enjoying myself and now I can't enjoy myself because I'm bouncing back and forth between game screen and walkthrough.
Yeah, I think that definitely takes away as well. I like that Ace Attorney, while we have had a couple of hang-ups now at this point, it's definitely not like we have no idea what to do completely. And there is a point where it's like you will get to move on. You know, like you just logically have to be able to move on if you do all the things. You know, like you can go down a checklist. Same with Tangled Tower, right? You can go down the checklist of what to do to move on. It's just much more like grinding than playing the game at that point. And if that's too much, that's not good either. Which one was that, Estrock? Which was the least favorite testimony? I will say,
I'm so curious now.
My only mechanical gripe with Ace Attorney is really the freaking double press on the couple of
that double
testimonies.
Press
That has no reason. That has no rhyme. I just was editing a part where that happened again.
Indicator that you do it again.
There's nothing. It's bad, and I hate it. That's my like biggest, like seriously, really only gripe with Ace Attorney mechanics. Oh, and then of course when they had the fucking thing checked off and no way to know that that was the thing I was supposed to deduce. That shouldn't have been checked off. Sue me.
Raged against that.
Sue me. I don't think it should have been checked.
No, you're not wrong. I'm with you on that.
Why would I have checked something that was checked off?
We were bumbling around for a good 15 minutes before we put 2 and 2 together.
No, before we accepted chat's help.
Oh yeah, we didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Because it was like, why is this checked? Why is that checked?
Why would I think to look again? It's done. It's checked.
Yeah, very upset.
Yeah, that was a rough part.
Pretty big UI fault is the double press, yeah, or the check. Both of them really rough. Because originally written for the first game to not have a strong arc or anything, so you could be an audience protection for the second game. Decide to give more defining characterization, so there's a big arc in that game. I see. I will say though, Phoenix still really had a personality. Maybe he didn't have a story arc, but he had a personality.
He can be confident. He could be nervous. He could be scheming. Like, I still got all that across, even though he didn't have a massive arc.
Yeah,
honestly,
he didn't have a character arc.
He had in the first game was figuring out how to be a lawyer without Mia.
Yeah, that was important. And the helping Edgeworth. Like he has a backstory in the first game. Like, I don't know. It's okay, Astruck. Pastry Puff helped us. We just mostly don't like. It was that one Lang testimony? Interesting. I never had an issue with Lang. Yeah, Pastry Puff helped us out, Estrock, so don't feel false for it. I mean, we love to have you, but
please.
We mostly just would rather not. Did we have a problem with that Lang testimony?
I don't think we did.
It's not one that sticks in my craw, I guess. Was that the necklace? That's the only one I could think about, maybe.
No.
I feel like we struggled with the necklace. Was that with Lang? I don't know with the necklace. Phoenix was so
Maybe?
sassy, yeah, in the first game, right? Man, did he hate Maya? I mean, come on, this random, you are poor. You have started your first job
okay, it was
ever.
the necklace. It was the necklace.
Okay, it was the necklace. It was the necklace. Okay, I do recall that being annoying as well. Something else entirely flat out wrong with the hint. Oh, well, it wasn't. We wanted it to be the necklace, and it made sense. But that felt like, I think that was another, like, we were at Q, and it needed us to go to B. I think that's what happened in that one as well. That's what mostly happens. But I don't remember needing a hint on that one, and I could be totally incorrect. Remind me if you know. I will believe you. But I don't remember needing a hint from chat on that one. You wanted to be the Nexus 2? Still feel it's flat out wrong? Yeah. There's been a couple times in AceTooney where it's like, it should have really allowed multiple pieces of evidence to be accepted and not just the one, because it literally brings up the other piece of evidence in the, like, you got it right test part, you know what I'm saying? There was once or twice where that happened, where it was like, we really wanted it to be this piece of evidence, but it had to be the other piece. And then when it was like Phoenix talking about why it's a contradiction, he brings up the piece of evidence we want it to be. And it's like, why did you let me choose that one then? Yeah, I mean, probably
just all kinds of confusing.
And we probably blocked it out. The other one we struggled with a lot was the
I have
steak.
no memory of it.
I vaguely remember it. I vaguely remember really, really wanting it to be the necklace, and it was like really being stupid. The ones I remember really painful are the double press testimonies. Those suck a lot.
Double press testimony. Fucking luminol.
Well, that, okay. Yes, it needed a bigger hitbox, I'm just saying. The steak,
and that's a UI problem.
Was the first one we had an issue with, like really bad, was the steak plate. Yeah, Phoenix, that was glass, it was metal and glass. We're not talking microplastics here. We're talking macro metals. Like, I don't know.
He went crunch on that.
He's got steel teeth. I don't know. Yeah, that one, the steak plate was the first one that we really, really had a big issue with. I'm trying to... Yeah, S-Jock, you got Phoenix, you got Feeny, and you got Eddie. Young Eddie. Young Phoenix, young Eddie on your side with that, man.
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember. Steak plate, obviously, that one guy in, I'm not gonna name him, but that one dude in, the last case of Investigations 1. Of course, that's just a pain in the ass.
That was just long.
Yeah, the necklace I remember being a problem. That one thing in the first case of Investigations 2, that was stupid as fuck. And then...
I ate all the burgers he had to eat the office window.
Yeah, really.
At least he knows his stomach can handle it.
But Maya hated, but like Phoenix hating Maya in the first game, I kind of get. You know, you are fresh out of college, basically, right? He is fresh out of college. He's 24. This is his first job out of college, okay? His mentor fucking dies, and he inherits an entire law firm. Now, good for him, he has no subordinates. But but bad for him, while he doesn't have to pay subordinates, he does have to pay rent now to not only his bedroom where he sleeps, but also this office. Honestly, it would have been more real if, oh, the 2-4 is... The non-press. You mean the ones where it was like, I think it happened in Turnabout Big Top as well, where you would get penalized if you pressed certain things. And it's like, yeah, I get that, like, you want to be able to press stuff, but I think that, like, you want to have to think about what you press, and not just press it all.
Oh, where you don't press further.
Oh. I'm
trying to remember what
that
part
one.
that was.
I might have to come up to it still. I don't recall that one. Yeah, exactly. And then after all of that happens, right? You're trying to figure out rent, food, utilities, all this shit. You literally have one case under your belt, and then suddenly this lost orphaned child is following you around everywhere. Like, yeah, you get her out of jail, good for you, but now she fucking shows up dragging you places? Like, you didn't sign up for this. You're 24.
And also trying to steal things all the time, and you have to hold her back.
Yeah, exactly.
For being the chaotic little gremlin that she is.
I guess so, sure. I will say that specifically, I don't recall. Like, even in my editing, so it might be coming up, and I have to think about it. And I'll have to see, because sometime in hindsight, it is like, we should have picked up on that. I think my bigger issue is when these things come up with Ace Attorney, they don't feel like I could have figured it out, and more like I had to guess anyway, right? Like I feel like that's the problem we have more, because I don't
moments
think
when we're randomly clicking on things like, okay, hope this works, okay, hope that works.
Like there's
that's
not a solving
egregious.
to it, right? Like with the double press, the annoyance of the double press is the fact that there is no indication, it feels like, that you should press something again. There's no, maybe I should press him again. There's no, oh, didn't he say something weird? Like, there's literally nothing about pressing me again. And that's why it's bad. It's not bad innately. It's bad because there's no, at least that I could see. If there is one, I'm like very curious. I'd love to hear it, you know? But that's what the problem is. 2, 3, they were easy to avoid.
That's easy to
I'm
avoid.
going to say 3, 3, I don't recall. But so my similar thinking, Estrock, is with the press further versus don't press further, is I don't think that any single one of those I have been confident that I have solved the answer.
But I do feel like sometimes it's easy to figure out, like, okay, this would just result in, like, flavor text versus no, I want to actually know more about this.
In the missing the so I think
like,
we were
most
mostly
times
just
that's telegraphed pretty okay.
I will say, with things like the penalty for pressing certain things, in any of them, I feel like it happened in 1.4 as well. I think we were just, like, nervous. Like, I don't think they were actually bad. Like, I don't remember having a big problem.
Scared of
but we were
game
very
overs.
Scared of it, right?
We still are.
Oh
in
yeah,
fact.
no. We definitely still are scared of them. But it was definitely like a oh god, sort of moment. Not necessarily that it was bad gameplay. It was just stressful. I'm trying to recall the don't see. It's similar with like, and I'm not gonna spoil, but in like Rise from the Ashes, right? That decision. That one at least had, like, a reasoning as to why you should make that decision. I think it's a stupid reasoning, you know, and I chose to ignore it, and we died, but
at least the reason exists.
But at least there is, like, okay, you should have picked
like,
this because you should
there.
have known this evidence with this rule and this blah, 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 right? And it's like, okay, fine. You had a reason. I don't currently know what the reason... Rules of, but thou must. You can only recall one moment in the game, or you can decline something that you would give. The game over. Yeah, that too. The fact that one in Rise from the Ashes, you don't even have the health bar. right? You don't even have the health
Yeah,
bar
there's
visible.
no indicator.
There's no indicator that this is going to kill me, right? In every other time, when there is
a total surprise to us.
in every other one, when you have decisions that will lose your health, you see the health bar flashing with how much health you lose. So you know that this is like I need to really like sit here and think about this a moment. And, you know, because it changes, right? But that one is like, oh my God. I will say, I don't recall if in 2-4, for that sort of game over possibility moment, if that had a health bar. I think it did because we had to show evidence or something. I feel like it did have a health bar with a whole health bar flashing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I think you're right, though.
If it's like there's an illusion of choice, really, versus like game over. Yeah, it's definitely like it comes out of left field. It really, really does. Difference in the same testimony, or in cases like 2-3 and 3-3 are your penalized for saying under statement. Yes. I can see that, but it's like it's interesting. I understand the holding your tongue in mind chess more than any other time.
Honestly, with that new mechanic, like the whole mind
is in
chess
1-4.
thing, I found it to be pretty lenient.
The timer is scary. I don't care how many times we succeed. The timer is scary.
Never had
I don't care. The timer's still scary.
Like even when the game forces us to run out the timer or like wait for someone to drop their guard, there's always enough time for that to happen.
In 3-2, they said you only had one shot. But again, that wasn't obvious.
Am I remembering the wrong case?
I'm thinking 3-2 is at me.
3.
Look at me. That's 3-2.
Yeah.
You only had one shot.
Why can't I remember the thing that was
I don't
involved
remember
here?
the one shot thing. No, if I'm being honest, I don't recall
I'm sorry.
a one-shot thing in 3-2. The last testimony, that's like 20 statements. Did we struggle with it? You've watched these much more recently than we played them. At Me was great. At Me was great.
The last testimony, that's like 20 statements? Why do I have no memory of this?
Is it At Me's? Is it At Me's thing, or is it somebody else's? If we... we just didn't initially know what they meant for some reason. I see. Okay.
Maybe Midnight Brain kicked in early.
You have to prove that the person was at the thing, and you do it by proving that he saw the thing in his... Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, all right. It's starting to come back.
I vaguely remember this.
Bits and pieces.
Did we get it wrong? See, this is... I will say, if we get it right, it's kind of like we moved on. But if we sat there and we kept losing health, that's like game trauma. I've internalized that.
Yeah, that's what locks it into
if
the
we
memory.
sit there and we're like, oh God, like what is this? If we like really, if we lose,
I will forever remember steak plate. I will forever remember stupid grate that we needed to open to progress the game, but it gave us the choice of leaving it alone, and then we bumbled around for like 20 minutes.
When you have to show him the final piece of evidence. I think you just didn't understand because we objected when they said you should press. Oh, yes. Okay. I know what's happening. This also happened recently in something. When it's like not maybe I will completely say maybe I'm just a little dumb because like we are goofing off and like not fully locked in, or maybe I'm just a little dumb in general. Who cares? But I think as a person, I have yet to fully understand without the prompting that comes at like when you reach the end of the testimony about if there's not a piece of evidence that I can think of to object. I'm like, in my head, the like formula is you pay attention to the testimony and then you have to give evidence, right? And then you're showing evidence. Like, that's the formula in my head every time, personally. Right. No, I'm not upset about being stupid. But in my head, I know when I play the game, I'm like, this is like the formula that we go through. And then to me, the puzzle is, what is the contradiction, right? What did they say that I can show evidence for to contradict it? Like, that's the flowchart in my head. To me, the puzzle is always that, right? But it's not always that. It is not always you're showing a thing. Sometimes you just fucking have to press all the testimony. Sometimes you have to, you know, like, figure out which one. There was one point, I don't remember what it was, but there was like, you could press further on like 2 different statements and you had to decide which is the one you wanted because they would switch in the testimony and then you had to object on that new statement.
Sometimes they were kind and let you go back to the original like selection screen after you explored that route, and then other ones they'd just be like,
it was
nope, you lose health.
I remember it was very forgiving. The one I'm talking about, the one I'm talking about was definitely very forgiving. It was very like, we need to know more. Which do you want to know more about, A or B? And we picked A, and then they added like a section to the testimony. And if you go back and do it again, and you click B, it'll just add B to the testimony instead. And you had to decide which one.
Don't worry, guys. This should be our last talking point for the night.
Which one you wanted to object to with evidence. But it was very forgiving because you could switch back and forth whenever you want. I don't remember whose it was. I feel like it was in the 3rd game, but
I think you're right.
I very much remember doing that.
It's slowly coming back to me.
That was very forgiving. I think it is just Ori has flowchart brain of testimony, find contradiction, object. You have no idea with like what I'm doing how it affects Fingie. All right, what I'm doing right now. I was waiting to see if we were gonna get rated. I guess we're not. I didn't want to like leave if we were gonna get rated. But with Fingie, I'm basically cleaning up the shadows and the highlights, and I do want them to run over because in Live 2D, when I move them around, rate me 10 out of 10. Not raid. But
raid me 10 out of 10.
Raid me 10 out of 10. Yes, that was a good thundering 5 stars on Yelp. Oh, you know I meant raid? Okay. Who knows? Sometimes I could have mispronounced. Sometimes we could have something. Why is this a color?
Could go either way at that point.
I learned why it's a color. But I'm basically cleaning up all of the stuff so that when I rig the model, it's nice and clean. And I can move it around properly. And I'm trying to do the good practices from what I learned. My tea's been gone. I did just drink water now, though. Drink water now,
Not
though.
the tea.
Drink. Forcing the fucking retroflex or whatever the fuck.
Drink.
Drink. Okay. UTS.
So yes, now you guys know our whole thought process when we're going through AceTooney.
Exactly.
Oh, shit,
but AceTooney is certainly a level of brain needed that is on the minimal side, so that when we are inevitably stupid and not paying attention. I mean, look how little like Dylan pays attention sometimes, guys. Like you see what he does sometimes, and it's like he's like, I was reading chat. Like, I have no input. So, you know, we're certainly not using our whole brain.
Make the decisions and you don't get to yell at us.
Yep. we're only using some brain at any point in time. Cold water is the best drink. I like room temp. You know? Just wants to relax. Though subjective to more work. Hey, what? Do we not work?
This is work. First of all, this is fun. Excuse you.
Excuse you, indeed.
And we work as well.
Yeah, come on. Come on.
I gotta get up early tomorrow.
Oof.
I'm being
I
observed.
actually don't. Oh, yay, you're almost done.
Yes, I have 5 hours of observation left.
Yay!
And then
she's free. That's what we like to hear.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna switch to like per diem or haggle a contract or try to get hired somewhere else, but
you do you, boo-boo.
There's lots of stuff.
Okay.
Plenty of potential.
Fix whatever the hell is happening with that highlight. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna do the ending stream bit before we get raided accidentally.
Yes, let's
get
that card on the table.
Thank you all for coming to this yap session. Sadly, did not get as far on Fingie as I wanted because the yapping did go a lot in the end.
The yapping went a lot, and also doggo break.
It was good in the middle, but then after the doggo break, it kind of fell apart.
Doggo had to go on Wacko.
It kind of fell apart after that, after the doggo break. But
that's okay. That means we get another week of Fingie.
Well, there's a lot of Fingie, but don't we want to use Fingie? I don't like. I want to use Fingie.
Love to use Fingie.
So less weeks with Fingie, the better. Never apologize for yapping. Oh, exactly. Yeah, stream is over. It's 11:06.
The best yapping in all of Yapsville. I'm so glad.
That's what we need. Forget like the streamies or whatever. I want the best yapper award. That's what we're gunning for. Somebody make that happen. But thank you all for hanging out. I have a long time to use Fingie. I mean, it'll be for the rest of our gameplay, because Fingie will be in every game. Because that's the other thing. Fingie won't just be Ace Attorney. Fingie will be Detective Grimoire, Studio Investigrave, because I can make it whatever I want.
Yes.
Nearly everybody has hands. Not everybody. We do have Cop Lobster. But, you know, Lobster Cop.
That's true.
But nearly everybody has hands.
We can make it work.
So it'll be Nancy Drew. It'll be, you know, if we get to play Layton, every game will have Fingie. Because every game has a person. And if they don't have a person, that like a character that we can see, it'll just be my Fingie. Like, you know, if we were to do Mistwood Manor now, it would just be my Fingie. Very easy, very quick, very simple. Frog Detective does have hands, but I don't know if I could easily rig like web hands though, like frog hands. We could just see just green with the shirt on it, but it's a normal finger otherwise. That'd be an interesting time. But yes, thank you all for coming. If you're on YouTube, do like the stream. It does help us out. Hopefully there'll be some new things with the shorts that'll be a little different, putting in a little extra effort, trying to be a good content creator. And
it's exciting.
Trying
New
to grow.
Stuff coming down the pipeline.
We're trying to grow. We're trying to expand. We're trying to get more people in here doing shit.
Trying to get some real estate, you know?
Yeah, we want to take up space. All right. Thank you all for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, for Ace Attorney. If not, we'll see you next week. And
I was about to say, why are you saying hopefully? Of course we'll be there.
Well, I know Allie's not going to be there, because Allie is in Spoilerville.
That's true.
So, you know, that's all I'm talking about. You will be missed, Allie, but thank you all for coming. And we'll see you all, later. Good night. Yep. We could be AceTooney. Okay, remember, AceTooney is not... It has multiple things. Oh my goodness.
We discussed this.
Just green it up. All right.